All of your gullible idiot followers should be realizing right now that you are an idiot or you are a liar. You said you would get turned away at gunpoint. I did not get turned away at gunpoint. You lied, Nathan.
The sun is shining, he's alone, raging into his iPhone, screaming at the top of his lungs as a 24-hour sun. Oh, how we laughed in this fat land, at such a comical sight, to see the tune, the globe-head goose spewing out his shite. Shouting! Where's the guns, Nathan? You promised that I'd see. I'm all alone here raging. Everyone loves me. Oh, where's the guns, Nathan? This is our secret bit. Not come all this distance just for you to take the piss. The ice wind's blowing, here he goes, pacing like a lunatic, upside down on a spinning globe, but the best is yet to come. Oh, how we laughed in this flat land, that's such a comical sight, to see me tune the globe-head goon spewing out his size, screaming. Where's the guns, Nathan? You promised that I'd see. I'm all alone here raging. Everyone laughs at me. Oh, where's the guns, Nathan? Listen, our secret place. I've not came all this distance for you to take the piss. The sun is shining, he's alone, reaching into his iPhone, screaming at the top of his lungs as a 24-hour sun. Oh, how we
about Antarctica. You deflected the measurements. You are a dumb liar. Every single one of your dumb followers needs to look at their lives and realize Nathan Oakley is a liar. Since 2016, he's been saying if you go to Antarctica, you will be faced with gunpoint and turned away. Where's the guns, Nathan? Where's the guns? I don't see any guns, Nathan!
Where's the guns, man? Yeah. Welcome to the show. As usual, if you'd like to support this channel, there are PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below. Let's throw it on over to Discord. Got a full house over there. Looks like they're getting a little uppity. Who's getting uppity over there in the VCs?
Uppity.
Well, two of them might be a bit uppity. There's only one winner of the theme tune lottery, and that's me.
Yeah, did you guess it?
I went for it.
Yeah, nicely done.
Two reasons. One was that last picture, because I knew you and Brian had been arguing about it, and I knew you couldn't play Ghost Riders, which has got a great guitar riff, and that has as well. So that was why.
You knew I wasn't going to play that, huh? We had a problem.
I knew you laugh at.
We had a problem with what? Hold on. Let me see if I can bring this up. The last picture, me and Brian? Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
The improbable space magnifying glass picture.
This one. Yeah, this is the one that kills the ball-tard spinning space monkeys. You could get this to a second grade retard and you go, yep, they're retards. Yeah, this one. This is all over. This is my #1 flat earth proof. And in actuality, it's always been that. Really? Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is the hill that QE's going to die on.
Oh, here we go. I'm not
They're going to
dying.
teach you this.
No, this is going to be victory. This is sweet victory on this hill.
AI is coming for you. AI is coming for you.
AI overlord.
No, actual AI, not what's his name?
Yeah, sure he is. So you're early. How are you doing here so early?
I came in to overtalk it.
Don't you got a freaking potato tree you got to climb or something?
Not today.
Not today. Well, was it a forest fire?
That's all I do. I climb potato trees and join these shows.
What are there? Wildfires over there in Ireland? Now all the potato trees have turned into French fries?
You didn't realize climbing a potato tree would involve burying into the ground, don't you?
Yeah. And they got forest fires and they all turned into buried French fries.
Get potatoes.
No.
Sweet potatoes. Burnt potatoes. So what's going on out there? You guys ready for the show?
Well, I'm waiting for ballers to deduce where perspective is accounted for in their mathematics. I have a bit of a thing going on with them.
That's a good one. They usually get some, when I was on the circuit, before I got banned by trees and the stretchers traders. When I was on the circuit, we'd run into the dumbass ball-tards, fumbling and bumbling and stumbling in, right? And I'd say, how do you have perspective on a globe? They'd be like, first of all, what's perspective? Right? You get that, man. I just hammer on them just with perspective. Yeah, it's like I said, it's just like what's on screen. It's like shooting pregnant hippos in a fishbowl. It's been that way since the first day I come out here. That's what it's felt like to me. It hasn't changed. I have to be honest with you. I have to be honest with you. It's felt every day that I've been out here since 2016, every single day. It's felt like shooting hippos in a fishbowl. Not only with ball-tards, but with flatties. I got to be honest. That's where my position was. I sit back here and just snicker to myself. A lot of times at you, Brian.
Well, I've had my own little laughs. I've no doubt about that. I'm being asked, right, what I was asked in the past. I'm still being asked. Can I produce the maths where perspective is not accounted for in the globe maths? Can I produce the globe maths that don't have perspective accounted for? Or what maths am I referring to? That's what I've been asked. And it's all because recently I brought out a video where I stated, you know, the Blackpool photo where you have the tower above the mountain in the background? I stated, it's very easy. All you have to do is take an angular size of the mountain from 52 miles away, and you will get, and if you don't get this angle, which will be over 0.5 degrees, and instead, if you want to claim perspective as part of your globe, which it's not, and I show through GeoGebra, that the mountain has to have an angular size of just over 0.1 degrees, which would be about 1/5 of what it actually has. So as soon as someone then goes out and starts measuring angular size, it doesn't matter what they get at the mountain. As soon as they measure an angular size, they're proving it's flat.
Brian,
So I'm trying to get someone out there to measure an angular size. That's what I'm at the moment.
Brian, we're just started the show. You can't get into maths right off the bat. You got to lead up to it slowly.
Yeah, I suppose I went about it wrong. The best way to describe what I'm at is I'm trying to trick the ballers into going out and measuring an angular size. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm so convinced they will do it eventually that I'm saying live on this show.
Blatzy, save us, man. Where's Booger at? I mean, somebody save us. I mean, even if it's
shut up about it.
Even if it's a fraudulent freaking super chat, do something.
Booger, say hey.
He's saying make one up.
Hey.
Hey, Booger, what's happening, boy?
Evening, Bugger.
It's evening. Say it's afternoon here.
Afternoon, Bugger.
Do you ever have one of those days, right, where something's just off? Right, you wake up, you go through your routine, walking around the house. Some days it's like, I just got this overwhelming feeling that everything has been replaced with exact duplicates. And
Isn't that like Cotard syndrome?
Walk outside. Is that tree breathing? Something's wrong. All right. I'm reaching self-actualization here. There's something afoot. Today is not one of those days.
You've been opening up chakras.
Yeah, you got to open up your chakras, man. That's what it is. Yeah, today is definitely not one of those days. All right, I just want to let everyone know that right now. This is real. Get ready. I'm glad you guys are enthusiastic about it. What?
Before we plow into whatever we're going for, Gutsick, Tessie, cream of wheat. Oh, cream of wheat.
Yeah, cream of wheat.
Tugger, save us.
Yeah. Cream of wheat.
Go ahead, Adam. We are all rumpusing. You go for it.
Can I screen share?
Can you? No, you can't screen share. No.
Well, I can.
No, you can, but it ain't going anywhere.
I can share it to the room.
Don't be overtaking my screen, dude.
Part of a much bigger plan.
I'm sure. You think you're the host and shit. I knew that.
Let me send it you then, if you've got power issues.
I don't got power issues.
Let me send it you. Well, I'll read it. It doesn't matter anyway. Okay. You miserable.
Is it a video or is it like a thumbnail or something like that?
It's a book.
It's a book. Is it paperback or hardback?
I assume it's hardback, but it's hard to tell because it's a digital copy.
Where'd you send it? Send it in Skype. You know the old Skype. You know that routine. Hold on 1 second. Adam's got to hold things up because he's got to show something. Did you see the new Google? You see this thing right here? This new Google thing, it has dots and stuff, little colorful dots. I pulled this up this morning, and I didn't look at it directly, and I said, wait, is there stuff on my screen? Like your screen's dirty and stuff, and you got stuff all over the computer screen? That's what happened this morning. It keeps on doing it to me every time I pull it up. I'm like, what the? Oh, okay, it's all right. All right, where are we at? Let's get the Skypey.
I was, I said it was too hot yesterday, so I was sat in the garden with my phone, or I mentioned on the pre-show. So I was doing a bit of doom scrolling. I don't know what it was across. It was in some little video, and you get images flash up, and there was a image flash up of a book by Rudyard Kipling. Have you heard of him?
No.
Wrote the Jungle Book.
Internet Archive. Okay, I'm throwing it on over to everyone out on YouTube. This is what Adam sent me. Is there something?
Go to page 12 first.
12?
12, yeah, and then we'll go back to there because I'll read what's there.
How do I get to 12? I'm on 63 now. I'm thinking in this direction.
There, you got it. Yeah.
Yeah, 13. I was almost there, dude. Let's go one more.
Click on the
back.
left page. Click on the left page, and it'll.
It went to 10, 11. Oh, okay. I got. Oh, 12 was on the other side. Go ahead.
Well, anyway, so I was just no, that's not it.
It's not
Keep
it.
going back.
It's page 12.
Page. That's weird.
You see 12 right here, right up in here.
No, page 12. Go further back.
What? Back to 1 or to 100?
Just go further back. Just go further back.
What do you mean further back towards page 1 or what?
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right.
It'll change again. That's page 12, the first book. So go back.
Go back.
Don't bother. Go back. Go back to page 186. It doesn't matter.
Go back to there.
One more. One more. Okay. There's the context. So, I've never heard of this before.
I've seen that before.
Could he just let you share your own screen, Adam? Is that what it's all about? That problem?
It would have been a lot less painful, wouldn't it? But there we go. Yeah, well, that's an aside. He's of Indian origin, I think, isn't he? Rudyard Kipling. Where that. This is right. So this is 1914 or something. So this symbol, the National Socialists don't exist yet. This symbol's just like it was used in America on your state highways. The symbol of peace, isn't it, and love. Chakra opening, maybe. Mm-hmm. The thing that I'd seen was this one halfway down, page 163. Village that voted the Earth was flat. In this short story.
Huh. I guess I guess I know what page we're going to next.
186.
186.
Well, 185 actually first, but I'll read it. I'll summarise the story first. Basically, it's not really about flat Earth. They use flat Earth to indict a village. Some journalists or what go to this town and they get mugged off with a dodgy parking violation. And this is 1913, so it's just kind of highlighting corruption in the powers. And as a way of getting them back on the dodgy locals, they kind of concoct a tale that this village has voted that the Earth is flat to kind of get a national press campaign going to ridicule the village, which is part of their plan. But in it, there's a little bit that I found quite telling. Just bear with me.
Yeah, we've been bearing with you this whole time. You haven't given proper context to this damn book. Is the heat getting to you that bad?
Which bit of that little bit of summary, before I continue, did you not understand?
What that? No context. Where is this set in? Is it fiction? Where are we at?
It's a fictional short story written by Rudyard Kipling, which mentions, as part of this thing, which I said is more to outline corruption and how media can manipulate people. But the topic he uses as the point of ridicule within this short story is to get everybody to think that these people in this particular village think the Earth is flat. I think it's led by a guy that is a flat earther, which is where they get the idea from. And there was just a little bit one to read by this, the leader of it called Lieu.
Get a page number?
It's like this. It's page 185 I'm on now.
That makes perfect sense because the village that voted the Earth was flat is on 163. I should have known it was 195. Jesus. 185. I'm just taking a stab in the dark here. 173. Okay, we're getting close. 185, right?
Yeah, and it's the bottom of that page where I'll start from. Because basically, they've got a number of stooges, from what I can tell so far, but it starts with one of them. Remember that, she told Huckley, how he had suffered for the cause as a governess in a rich family where they believed that the world is round, and how she threw up her job sooner than teach immoral geography. That was at the overflow meeting outside the Baptist church, she knocked into sawdust. We must look out for this, Winnie. And then this is the last bit, and then you can turn the page in a sec. But Lafone was beyond everything. Impact, personality, conviction, the whole bag of tricks. He sweated conviction. Dad, he convinced me while he was speaking. Gad, he convinced me while he was speaking. Him, he was the president of the Geoplanarians, of course. Haven't you read my account? It is an infernally plausible theory. After all, no one has actually proved the Earth is round, have they? That I found quite telling. It's still the same point. No one's proved it's round. Now, he's making ridicule, but fundamentally, he's also pointing out nobody's proved it, and that this guy, when he presents his case, is plausible. There you go.
This is from a scam.
Well, this is Rudyard Kipling. That's what struck me, and I've never heard of it mentioned before. And then the way it's used is like I say, it's quite interesting. But it talks about manipulation and control, and you know what I mean. And like I said, but there's that bit there, which is the president of the Geoplanarians.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like the Geoplanarians. Okay.
But as he says, it is an infernally plausible theory. After all, no one has actually proved the Earth is round, have they? It's quite a nice point.
That is quite nicely in what year? 1913, 14?
1913, yeah.
Very obscure point here, Adam. Did you have anything else with this?
That was it. It was just that little bit of miscellany.
Oh, boy. That was friggin' riveting. Next, we're going to watch paint dry.
You're such a heathen in terms of anything cultured.
Yeah, I'm uppity today. All right, yeah, that is kind of cool, though, if you think about it. All right, let me get out of Skype. Click it in there anyway. All right, now where am I going? Anything else you want to add? You want to conclude, or did you already conclude, Adam?
I'm fully concluded. I'm off to top up my wine.
Bye. And what else from the Peanut Gallery? Anything else before we get started? I guess not. Better stay on mute. All right, so what we got today, let me throw this on over here.
I thought we were going to get sorry, I was away from the phone. I thought we were going to get a fucking guy idiot from Adam, or for Adam there.
Oh, that's what you thought. Well, we didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought we would.
All right, thanks a lot.
Normally, that's what happens.
Yeah, normally.
Okay.
All right, so what we got today is we got Dr. James Torrey. He's been on the show a couple times. This is titled, and this is from 3 weeks ago now. Wow. That's a long time ago. Thought I just watched this yesterday. But I went ahead and saved it because there was a couple points I ran into that I wanted to deal with. Not knowing that this was going to be ripe for a treatment. Like I said 3 weeks ago, Gutsick Gibbon, the one that, this one. She's been on the show before, Tunguska Tessie. Just go back into treatments. You'll find this back in there on the show. It's a tear-jerking belly laugher. She's a real ass clown. Anyway, we got these two guys. We got Opie and Mrs. B, or Aunt B. Opie and Aunt B. Now, guess which one's Opie? I'll leave that up to the audience. And Aunt B versus the ass clown chuckle monkeys. And it's these three clowns. So we got, the middle one. You should know the top one. You got the first ass clown, Erica, who thinks she's a scientist, and she's dumber than my cat's litter box. Then we got Dave Cream of Wheat Farina, who thinks that stars spin in opposite directions, depending, of course, on whether you are in the north versus south latitude. And then we got this new ass clown, Chuckle Monkey, Dr. Dan of Creation Myths. I don't know who this character is. It's the first time I've seen him. Scared the shit out of me when I first seen him. But he's of the same ilk as these monkeys up here. Right? Dumber than like your average root vegetable. Thinking that they're intellectuals and stuff. And they're going up against Aunt B and Opie. But this is what I wanted to point out. Where did these guys go? Where did I have them?
Just quick question. Is Dr. Dan a doctor like Professor Dave's a professor, or is he an actual doctor?
I have no idea. I guess you can make that evaluation when we hear some of his comments. I didn't track that down. If he's a doctor, I'm Utant. Anyway.
Everybody's doctor in America, though. They have like feet doctors. You're like, we call them podiatrists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Feet doctors. No, you're just a dentist, mate. It's not really a doctor.
Just a dentist, man. Why is this taking so damn long? Don't be friggin' tornadoing me, you dumbasses. Friggin' YouTube idiots. There, we got out of that. Thank the Lord. All right, these two. So, this is the game. There's an overall game going on here of pretending that there is an actual argument, so the argument continues. This is my big beef with, like, creationist organizations, quote-unquote creationist organizations, like your AIGs, Creation Ministries International. There's a few other of these clowns that sort of give them, it's like the ball-tarred flat earth argument, that the ball-tards think that they actually have an argument, right, when they've never had one. So these guys who are actual intellectuals, these two, Opie and B, they enable the discussion to continue when there's not a discussion. That has driven me up a frigging wall since the beginning. Because you can end all of these idiot charades with two questions. Number one, what is atheism? Number two, what is the scientific theory of evolution? That ends it. It's all over then. Everyone starts laughing. But nope, we have to have the enablers. We have them everywhere. They keep the quote-unquote argument going when there is no argument and they're part of the crew. So this is going to be a lambasting of both of these glue sniffers. And the really funny part is that, yeah, they're from academia, these two guys. They're most definitely. But they're not scientists. And the ass clown chuckle monkeys on the other side, neither are they. So this is like a Captain Kangaroo charade that's been going on since the 80s, and it hasn't stopped. That's why I hold them, Aunt B, and the like of Opie Aunt B, and AIG, and Creation Ministries International, and all the following in complete and utter contempt. And I'll tear them a new asshole every time they show their face for enabling the argument. Yeah? Follow what I'm saying. That's my stand. So, we're going to get into this. Like I said, I watched this a number of weeks ago. Can't remember exactly what it is, but I'm sure it pissed me off, so I'm sure we'll get to those parts. Any questions before I begin? Ah! Oh, did I have that the whole time over there? Or did I just... No, you guys seen Aunt B and Opie out there on YouTube. I switched it over to Gutsick Gibbon right in the middle of my spill. All right, we good? Everyone good? No problems? Because we're going.
Oh.
Go or no?
I said, let's go.
Hello and welcome, my gentle and of course very modern apes.
Hello? She's greeting. This dumbass cracker thinks she's a descendant from an ape. That's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. But she's an intellectual. She's a biologist. Yeah, I take my biologist with some fava beans and some nice Chianti. She's a real ass clown. Tunguska Tessie. Go back and watch that video. It's a tear-jerking belly laugher. She's an abject moron, right? So she just her and her subscribers are apes, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we're at.
Was a rebuttal to one video that I did recently.
This is what pissed me off. This ass clown right here, Opie or Aunt B, whatever one you choose, wrote a book, ladies and gentlemen. The Scientific Approach to Evolution. Ladies and gentlemen, I leave that to you. Yeah.
Is that it?
Well,
So what's scientific about it exactly?
exactly. And what is that? What is evolution, by the way, Mr. Smiley Opie? Listen,
Good point.
he's not Opie to me, but it's the first thing that came to mind. I can't. He could be Aunt B.
So is that like saying scientific approach to a globe?
It's like saying any stupid thing that's not science. First of all, there's no science in here. Number two, he's not a scientist. He's an engineer who thinks he's a scientist. And Mr. Scientist, non-scientist, what is evolution?
That's what I was going to say. It's a scientific approach to the undefined.
Yeah, so here we go.
Two biologists and a YouTuber felt.
Okay, so we have two biologists.
Superchat.
Thank God. Go.
Angela Baby Carson sent, please tell people to sub my channel. Much love. I think you just did.
What about sub my channel?
Yeah, why? Talk about upward rising Earth? Really?
Shut up, Neil. Don't be heckling the guests.
But that's you had guests leaving because of that.
Guests leaving because of what? Well, then they got no constitution, Neil. It's better.
Well, when you got homies in chat promoting upward moving Earth without any evidence, it's rough.
Jeez.
Kiwi's being an enabler.
QE's being an enabler. That'll be about enough out of you for today. Shut up, Neil. Fix that damn mic.
I'm in a car. I'll go on mute.
Yeah, no shit. You too, Brian. Trainwreck Mike. Now, back
okay.
yeah, okay. Now back, so we got the ass clown chuckle monkeys up here. So I guess Adam, he's a doctor of biology, some shit. Who knows? And our favorite guy, Mr. Star spinning in opposite directions, idiot, cream of wheat over here. So that's who we got.
That there were some things that were said that were incorrect. She got really upset.
But one video topic that enraptures me like no other.
Enraptures me.
Raptures, eh?
That's a good friggin' word. That's a $10,000 word right there. The anti-flat earthers enrapture me with horseshit. Did I use it appropriately?
Just asking my lady.
You sent it to your freaking lady. Come on, Adam.
Your mistress?
Yep, his mistress. Little deviant. What'd she say? Is your computer slow?
Intense delight, joy, or fascination, often to the point of being captivated or enthralled.
Oh, I definitely didn't use it in proper context then. Fair enough. Here we go.
Is when pseudoscientists are...
Yeah, like you. When I look up pseudoscientists, there's a picture of you smiling and waving. That's you. You're an ass.
Yeah, how does she?
What the?
Who does she point to when it? Sorry.
Good.
Who does she point to when she's saying pseudoscientists? Who does she point to? What are her examples?
Well, I guess we're going to find out, along with finding her upper lip.
You're not
We're
gonna,
talking
is she?
about...
He thinks looking at different monkey schools and trying to draw comparisons is her doing science. She thinks she's doing science when she looks at monkey schools.
Well, oh, monkey skulls. When she compares and contrasts monkey skulls, that makes her a scientist. Is that what you're saying, Adam?
In her mind, yes. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It enraptures me like no other.
What do you want?
I'm trying to say something. I'm saying, does she not realize, her and people like her, that monkeys exist and humans exist?
Oh,
so
Brian.
we didn't come from monkeys.
My God, Brian, are we going back to junior high school with the? But you're going to get out over your skis here, all right?
Hey, I'm not going to get out over my skis because we're the monkeys we came from.
Oh my God! Can I continue?
We didn't come from monkeys. Oh, off you go then. Come on.
Thanks.
Other is when pseudoscientists are talking about things that they have no business talking about.
There you go. That's her and the Chuckle Monkeys. Pure projection. Wow. That's she's describing herself. You can't make this shit up. That's how glue sniffing. She's delusional, dumbass. Look at her, ladies and gentlemen. Where's your upper lip at? Gonna send out a search party for that sumbitch?
He falls into this trap. It's very...
Who the hell is that? That's your Dr. Dan. According to Professor Tor, that he's a biologist there. Did you find? Look him up, Adam. Do a little bio on this douchebag, Dr. Dan, creation myths. See what he's got.
Literally, if a person doesn't actually physically see it with their eyes, it doesn't count. Does that?
Yeah, that's correct. That's what Niels Bohr said. That's exactly what he said. Let's go get it.
So if I use circular reasoning, where I say we don't see the monkeys we came from because we are those monkeys, that's okay.
Because we are like monkeys. Where's that at? Got to be right in there somewhere. It's got to be.
There we go.
Go ahead, Adam. All you.
Dr. Dan runs the YouTube channel Creation Smith. Is Daniel Stern Cardinale? That's nice. Cardinal with an E on the end. Is an evolutionary biologist, assistant professor at Rutgers University.
Evolutionary biology? What the hell is that?
I know you was going to say that.
What? That doesn't exist. What's evolution? Hold on, folks. I'm trying to find it. I thought I already found it by now. Where'd it go?
There we go. His channel started around 2020, aims to address misinformation in creationist arguments with a neutral and respectful tone. That means to no conclusion. Though he is described as gleefully dismantling myths from creationism.
Oh, really?
His academic background to critique arguments like those of junk DNA or human-chimp genetic similarities, often engaging in debates such as Casey Luckpinter on the Non Sequitur show. Oh, highbrow.
Non Sequitur show? Was he? I can't remember him being on that show. It's all a defunct show.
Oh, God. Dr. Dan is noted for his civil discourse in debates.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Civil
like
discourse.
I said, that means he doesn't ever make a point. Just polite.
Hey, Dr. Dan. Hey. Dr. Dan. Hold on, Brian. Dr. Dan, dumbass. You see this statement by Niels Bohr? Have you ever heard that name before? Buck Knuckles. No phenomenon is a phenomenon unless it is an, you see this? Observed phenomena, Dr. Dan. Yeah. From Science and Ultimate Reality, Quantum Theory, from Cambridge University Press. Yeah. See that? So that's right. Your statement was correct. Not in jest, dumbass cracker.
Does anybody actually
listen to what he said? Let's go back.
If a person doesn't actually physically see it with their eyes, it doesn't count.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what Niels Bohr said. He said, go stuff it. Go fish. Right? Because you're just a dumbass biologist. You don't know your ass from a pipe wrench. I can destroy your entire worldview just with quantum mechanics, just with the foundation of quantum mechanics. I could utterly destroy it and laugh at you. As a no science talent ass clown. That's what I can do. Easily. Then we'll all laugh at you. Then I'll tear your ass to pieces right after that.
Does anybody actually think if you can't directly measure something, you have more confidence?
Were you there? No, we didn't talk about directly measure something. We said observe. So you're already straw-manning, Mr. Frigging Engineer. You're already off topic. Did you hear him? That's not. Let's go back and listen to both. Listen to what Dr. Dan says there.
If a person doesn't actually physically see it with their eyes, it doesn't count.
See, doesn't actually physically see it with their eyes, it doesn't count. You go off on another topic about direct measure. That's not the same thing. Mr. PhD. PhD, what is he? Dr. Rob Stadler. I think he states it somewhere in the video. Did you want to add something, Adam?
I know.
When I was going off.
Oh no, sorry. I might have chuckled.
You're not a chuckle.
I am.
Oh, it was him. Go ahead.
I'm just saying I have a PhD now. I have a PhD in revolutionary biology.
Revolutionary biology. Oh, okay. Yeah, the same.
it's as valid. Valid.
It's just as valid. I'm smelling what you're stepping in.
Goes round in circles.
He's revolutionary, just circle jerks everywhere. Like I said, don't lose my point. So let's go back and stress my point again, enough to make you vomit.
Things that they have no business talking about.
He falls into this trap. It's literally if a person doesn't actually physically see it with their eyes, it doesn't count.
Does anybody actually think if you can't directly measure something?
He shifted directly measured to seeing something. You catch that, folks? Just wanted to point that out.
You have more confidence.
Were you there? Did you see all of...
Oh, now we got the 8th grade color commentary from Mr. Stars spinning opposite directions in the north versus south latitudes. That's what we got. That's his business on this forum. He's an intellectual.
History.
Their focus really is not on obtaining truth. It's more focus on being spiteful.
He will be eviscerated.
Oh, God.
He contested with me when I say that we're clueless on the origin of life.
I remain wholly unconvinced that...
Who gives a shit about your wholly unconvinced? We're not trying to convince you. You friggin' daft cow. We're exposing your dumbass and laughing at you. Get it?
The field of origin of life research is...
The field of origin of life research is a train wreck. From the origin of life, God, according to him, it's a train wreck of a dumpster fire. Unless you can come out with if pigs could fly hypothetical chemistry, was his last written words. Dr. Leslie Orgel, right before he died. +1 biology. He put it right in there for your dumbasses. But you don't know who he is. Do you? Nope.
He's completely clueless.
What is it about origin of life? Maybe you could tell us.
What is it about origin? Look at this fucking asshat over here. What did you? Some amino acids can be found naturally in meter. That. Oh my God, honey! She solved the whole problem. There's actual amino acids. Really? What kind of amino acids? Are they alphas? Bet you they're not. But you don't know that you don't know that you're going to need alpha amino acids, right, for life, you dumbass clown. You could say the word, but you're clueless. You haven't read half the book. You looked at the title from 50 meters away. I'm going to tear your ass to shreds. Effortlessly, by the way. What do you want, Brian?
Meteorites? Where are we seeing them? I'm alive now, almost 48 years. I've yet to see a meteorite.
I was going to say Adam.
Where are they coming from?
I was going to say Adam. Yeah, Brian's not going to make it for too long with my little derogatory things towards him.
No. I have a thicker skin than that.
Okay.
Some amino acids can be found naturally in meteorites.
And what does that have to do with anything? What does that mean? Is that life from non-life?
Apologies, space trash.
The chirality problem is not a legitimate problem.
The chirality problem's not a problem, Adam.
Well, as long as you're not talking in terms of biological systems, then no, it's not. Yeah.
As long as you're not talking about biological systems, you're right. Exactly. Nice one, Adam. All right, let's see what else is up.
And it's a massive problem. The homochirality problem is right at the center for us to understand the origins of life.
Oh, I see what that Dr. James Tour is taking what she's saying and then just absolutely train wrecking her by actual academics. So she said it's not a problem. This guy said it's a major fucking problem, right? Just proving that the ass clown Gutsick Gibbon, you know, the ass clown friggin' dumbass ape, said the opposite. She doesn't know her ass from a pipe wrench, folks.
Yeah, but he's doing a good job then, isn't he? This is going to be all frustration with him because he's highlighting a fundamentally stupid statements already. But you just want people taken to the woodshed, don't you? But he has pointed the right thing out there. If he's the guy editing that for us to laugh at.
Yep, that's what he's doing. He's let's go back. I'll give you the full thing.
Meteorites.
With apologies, space trash.
The chirality problem is not a legitimate problem.
And it's a massive problem. The homochirality problem is right at the center for us to understand the origins of life.
That list of criteria.
So +1 for Dr. James Tour putting that up the friggin' train wrecker. Now, what is this shit? The 6 criteria determine the level of confidence in all of science. He's in a category here. Confidence has nothing to do with actual science. Repeatability, repeatable, what does this mean? Is this towards observation or is this repeatable what? Repeatable shredding of the taters? Or what? Just repeatable, right? Directly observable, well, we've heard that before. A prospective study. What are we doing? Epidemiology here? Adam, is this what we're doing here?
Level of confidence. So basic, yeah. Well, it's a study, isn't it? What you're not doing is science. It could be psychology, it could be anything, couldn't it? But it's going to be statistic inclusion based by the looks of it. Isn't
Induction. Statistically based, yes. Prospective studies. They're mainly conducted in epidemiology. Mainly. Not solely, but mainly. Careful to avoid bias, you know, your feelings and stuff. Careful to avoid assumptions. There are no assumptions in natural science. Reasonable claim. Do you only have hypotheses in natural science, Mr. Engineer? That's from Aunt B or Opie. That's his book, remember, Dr. Rob Stadler?
Is not the list that all of science has agreed upon.
All of science agreed upon. You're in a category. Anyway, science isn't an entity so as to have it agree or disagree subjective on anything, you glue-sniffing fungus muncher. You're dead in the middle of an ass clown reification fallacy. Well, you're an ass clown. That's why you're in the middle of it.
But they're misrepresenting that to say that these 6 criteria.
What?
Yeah, these enablers.
Yep.
That work within this arena, like Dr. James Tor, the same as the likes of the Witsits in our arena.
Yep.
What they do is they keep, right? Obviously, I'm going to state what everyone already realizes. They keep the argument alive and give the impression that the opposing side has a debatable argument, right?
Oh, stop! This just hit me. This was why I was banned. Because I stopped the argument and killed them.
That's hilarious. Right, you know, when you started this, yeah, I could kill these guys with 2 things. I was going to interrupt, but you carried on by saying, yeah, that's what got you in trouble in Discord.
This is what got me banned from politics in Discord, ladies and gentlemen. Literally, I was told, shut up! I was told specifically that I didn't allow the argument to continue, that I took it out at the knees, and that was no one like that. That's exactly what happened. How
you weren't enabling.
How ironic. Now, that just hit me, Adam. Interesting.
Well, you were a little late.
Shut up.
Superchat.
Thank the Lord.
What is the world sent? Can we have more bits of info like that Kipling piece? I loved it. It adds to the preponderance of evidence. A fiction story? Adds to what?
I think he's fucking you out, Adam. And I fully concur.
Yeah, I agree. More bits like that.
Nicely done, sir. Thanks for the super chat. All right.
Hang on a second. I didn't finish my point.
Oh, I forgot. You still there? Yeah. I forgot you were there.
I am still here.
Booger, help us.
Yeah, I am still.
Booger!
Help you. So she's an enabler, that one. The thing is this, right? While they're doing all this enabling, right, whether it be in the arena of evolution, whatever that is, or in the arena of flat versus globe, all along, that's what's continuing to happen in behind the scenes is they keep continuing to be able to keep teaching people all about this, whatever evolution is, and all about heliocentrism in schools and universities to the world as if it's true. So they're given the impression that there's an argument to be had, yet they're treating it as if it's true and teaching it to people and having people go out there and parrot out this rubbish. So that's what enablers are doing. They're keeping the opposing side in a position where they can keep teaching it as true to the ignorant. That's what they're actually doing.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Have they found her upper lip yet?
All of science has agreed upon.
But they're misrepresenting that to say that these 6 criteria are constrained only apply to medicine.
This video starts off with a black and white teaser. I hate it when they do it, and I hate.
I thought this was a scientific, an intellectual discussion. Now we're getting into now you're getting into your feelings and what you like and dislike about teasers in a video. You've kind of lost the plot, haven't you? Not a shocking surprise, since you're an ass clown chuckle monkey. I just wanted to point that out to my audience.
I hate it even more when James Tor does it, especially because it's got like the menacing music in the back.
Oh, brother.
Some of the stuff that he gets incorrect is like easily Googleable.
Now, easily Googleable. She's a wiki Google
Everybody
scientist.
get your Google fingers ready.
You're easily Googleable. Your husband would kick my ass if I said something like that.
He means gullible.
That's going to be did we come from monkeys? Huh?
Sorry.
Some of the stuff that he gets incorrect is like easily Googleable.
Now, that's
some just vague and ambiguous horseshit. Like what? What do you got to say, Dr. Dumbass?
going to be a problem.
Nested hierarchical.
Nested hierarchical? Really? What the hell does that mean? That nested hierarchical caper-sized piece of horse shit between your ears.
Storm can go. Superchat.
I feel like that really appealed to your nature there because he was talking about a storm. But what is the world sent? I was being nice. I love the host's side stories.
He likes to host. Nicely done. Adam, you got an advocate out there.
That's a fantastic channel, Matt.
Yeah, we call them enablers.
Nicely done with a quick backstab to bring you back down to earth.
I'd call it trolling, but
trolling. Here we go.
Maybe enablers, but they're not a disappointment.
They may be enablers, but they don't wholesale let us down. Is that what you were going for, Neil?
Absolutely. What's the name again?
I ain't gonna say.
Pattern failed those 6 criteria.
Were you there? Did you see all of history?
That's what Gutsick didn't like about Dr. James Tor, his video. Yeah, I know. It's
I'm here
pick.
again with my friend Rob Stadler, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about his...
Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay. Dr. Rob Stadler, biomedical engineer. He's an engineer, folks. What's he doing talking about science? What are you doing? Do you think engineering is science? They're a clown show. It's not.
Which side's he on?
Say again?
Which side's he on?
He's on James Tor sides. Whatever side that is.
See, I got, right. The title of his book, I disagree with, but biomedical engineer, that's correct. You get what I mean? What it is engineering at this point. That's what they're doing. Not science, they're engineering biomedical stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, which that might be, you know, messing about with chromosomes and orders of stuff. It's a bit like how you get insulin.
He's doing pulse oximeters, dude.
The point I'm making is his actual official title, I agree with.
What do you mean? It's not a case of agree with what? There's nothing to agree with here. He's a biomedical engineer. Well, due respect.
Yes, and the descriptor is correct. He doesn't write biomedical scientist.
Yeah, there is no biomedical scientist. That's nonsensical.
But yeah. And then we go to the scientific approach to evolution, which is
Yeah, because he's outside his scope. Completely outside of it. That's why he just train wrecked himself with the complete title. Now, there's no problem with biomedical engineers. They're freaking high speed. But he's outside his topic. Simple.
Book, The Scientific Approach to Evolution.
We should encourage people to subscribe to that channel. Looks fantastic.
No one heard you, Adam. Your mic is sort of right on the edge of train wrecking this. Go ahead.
Is my mic bad?
Well, it stops when I say something. You know, if I breathe into my mic while you're talking, it trashes your mic.
Got this from Nathan.
Can I introduce you to compression, sir?
I have a question.
Well, Flatsy, hold up. One thing at a time, dude.
I don't think I'm like ready for the power of compression.
What do you want now? I'm during the middle of a show.
What are you doing?
Tuesday.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on a second.
Tuesday. Echoes.
I was going to ask, why is he breathing?
Gas pressure.
All right, are we good now? Can we? What was your question? Do you have a question or a comment, Flatsy?
No.
I have a question.
Flatsy.
I was going to ask. Oh,
Do it on Tuesdays.
There goes Adam again.
So I've got enough compression then.
Go ahead, start talking.
I just have been
You're a
talking
glue sniffer,
constantly.
Adam. That's what you are.
Don't sniff glue, ladies and gentlemen.
I think it's a little better. I think it's a little better, Adam.
Excellent.
Okay, go ahead, Fotsy.
Are you saying that a biomedical engineer couldn't be outside of his purview or his scope if he wanted to?
Can if you want to show everybody that you're an asshat. Now, okay, hold on a second, Adam. She asked me that question. Now, in general, no, because if you're outside your discipline, but you can speak intelligently on other topics, then no, you're fine. But in generally speaking, no, you should keep your fucking mouth shut. How about that? Is that a good answer?
Yep.
Each case has to be evaluated for its own merit. That's the correct answer
Fair
to that
enough.
question. Yep. Go ahead, Adam.
You mean don't go to make shit up university? Just stick with what you actually know, whether it's in your specific field or not. If you're of sufficient intelligence to read something and comprehend it,
yes,
and apply it, then that's perfectly feasible. It's when you've got a great career in biomedical engineering, and then you write a book on something like that, which shows you don't really know what you're on about. You've stepped outside of your field of knowledge, and you are easy to contradict. That's where you should check yourself. But
Well, I was thinking along the lines of the audience and if whether or not that would be a question that they'd have in the way that we've kind of
it's good. That's
gone
good.
about.
No, that's
yeah,
a hell of
so-
a good. I'm glad you asked that, Fotsy. It's a really good point. Yes.
Without that stance, like I just said, we wouldn't be able to sit here and critique it. I haven't got the degrees in. I've got a degree in something different. But you can apply knowledge and apply it, and if he's talking contradictory, you can observe it. And
Superchat.
This is not thank the Lord. I think Adam was on something good.
Go ahead.
You'll get to finish it. Go ahead, finish it, Adam.
No, that is exactly it. You don't have to be qualified in a topic to make a sensible point within the topic. As long as it's informed and supported, your topic is just as valid. Your point is just as valid as anybody that holds any credentials in that topic.
Yes. Go ahead, Fotsy.
Alrighty, click. Sent. Love to any and all flatheads. Greatly overlooked. 2 Peter 3, 5, 6, and 7, and Psalm 48:10, and Psalm chapter number 19, especially verse number 4.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So, did everyone get the correct answer to this? So, if you know what you're talking about, if you're researched and studied in something that you're not degreed in, and you can support what you say in that topic, then there's no issue. But he's already compromised himself by posting his title and then posting the scientific approach to evolution. He's already compromised. Follow? Yep. Good. Here we go.
And we're going to be talking a little bit more about his book, The Scientific Approach to Evolution. There was a rebuttal to...
Just stamp pretender clown fraud on your forehead right now. From the enablers. What's evolution, Dr. Rob Stadler? All right, let's go down here. Hold up.
Just his rebuttal to. So is he taking the piss, or is he going to pretend that? Is it?
I guess we'll find
out. If he's on James' side, then he's going to be having that. If I was going to write a book making your point, I might title it like that as clickbait, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Now, I might put exclamation mark at the end or a question mark after evolution. Do you get me? But it says it, look, is evolution good science? Question mark. Well, actually, is he actually making the point we're saying? I don't know yet.
Oh, we don't know that yet. I can tell you. I can tell you right now that because he's part of the enabling crowd. That no, that's not the case.
What a shame.
Yeah, what a shame.
Could have been in my good books early on.
This is probably just me seeing my post. Well, from when I first viewed this, it popped up on my radar. I decided to go ahead and give my rendition, my post right here. Hopefully you can see it. If not, I'll read it. Number 1, I've exposed Gutsick Gibbon and Dave Cream of Wheat Farina at least 4 times each. Mae West is blushing. Number 2, Dr. Dan is of the same ilk as the clowns above, Wiki Google scientists. Number 3, each of the above would literally fail intro to 5th grade general science, i.e., they don't know what a scientific hypothesis is. You did a great job of exposing them, but at what cost? Dr. James Torr. Dr. Rob Sadler, you would literally fail intro to 5th grade general science. A, your criteria for high confidence evidence is subjective, pseudoscience, just on its face. The foundational cornerstone of natural science is objective, empirical, the scientific method. B, the title of your book exposes you, the scientific approach to evolution. Number 1, define evolution, Dr. Rob, with citation, please. Number 2, what is the scientific theory of evolution, Dr. Rob? With citation, please. Number 3, please post a single viable scientific hypothesis, that's an alternative hypothesis, that supports the scientific theory above, Dr. Rob. With citation, please. Number 4, please identify the independent and dependent variable in the scientific hypothesis, Dr. Rob. Number 5, please post the null hypothesis that was rejected or falsified, Dr. Rob. Number 6, please post the scientific experiment that validated the scientific hypothesis, Dr. Rob. With citation, please. Number 7, please identify the independent variable, dependent variable, and all the constant control variables in the scientific experiment, Dr. Rob. Hopefully by now you realize that you'd have better chances distilling Alexander the Great's tears from the Euphrates than answering any of the questions above. If you didn't realize it by now, then you're a big part of the problem, Dr. Rob. Oy vey. Regards. I will guarantee you that I am the only one looking at this post. You know how YouTube does a little game? I'll bet you this post is deleted. There's no comments, no nothing. Yeah.
I like the point. Though, you've gone undercover, so you might get through the field. You've gone undercover as a Jew. Hey, hey, what the hell? Will you listen to what I'm saying, Doctor? Number 2, we're going to have a copyright issue with some of the phrases that are used in this. I think certain ghostwriters might have issues with those couple of lines.
But now, now this is after I listened to a while of this video, so I probably given the game away with it. But I thought I seen it when I scrolled down. I remembered I posted underneath. I don't usually do that these days, but I did take a few minutes out of my day to respond. Go ahead, Brian.
I'm saying that's my experience often with YouTube, where I'll post a comment that's totally valid and pertinent, and nobody will even give it a like. Yet some stupid comment underneath mine or above mine gets 900 likes.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what
50 responses.
That's what I take it from no response to this. Yeah. I thought I was pretty 1, 2, 3 ABC about it. Yeah, can't deal with that.
One video.
Scroll it back down. Scroll it back down.
You want to see it?
Yeah, just right. See, that's why you're banned from Discord.
Is that why? Is that the reason why?
Succinct, to the point, destroying of arguments, moving on.
Yeah. Moving on now.
Unwilling to enable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
That I did with him recently, where 2 biologists and a YouTuber felt that there were some things that were said that were incorrect.
He disses Cream of Wheat Dave by 2 biologists. We don't know if the other 2 are biologists, but Cream of Wheat Dave, he says, and a YouTuber.
That is a nice dig.
It's a subtle one, but I caught it. Good one. It's true, right? Yes, it's true too.
And this was on the channel called Gutsick Gibbon.
Hello, my gentle and of course very modern apes. My name is Erica. This is Gutsick Gibbon, and what we—
That's how she begins her videos, ladies and gentlemen. She thinks she's an ape, and all her subscribers think they're apes too. That's why I did this to her back in the day.
we do here is I teach you about cool scientific topics that I've—
As a non-scientist, she teaches scientific topics. Can't make this up, folks.
Find interesting.
And she got really upset about the things that were said in this video.
But one video topic that enraptures me like no other—
There it is again.
—is when pseudoscientists are talking about things that they have no business talking about.
Yeah, like you and your other ass clown chuckle monkeys beneath you.
This is the thumbnail, and the title is Evolution versus Evidence.
Yeah, you got that too, right, Fotsy? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you're the one to talk. It's like you're talking about yourself.
Yeah.
Evidence. Are we really 90?
Good.
Right. No business. What do you mean by that phrase? It doesn't. Not qualified to is the indictment, as we said earlier. You're perfectly, yeah. But no business. What is that? That's slang. It's not a definition. It doesn't qualify. What does? If I've got the business to talk about it, what do I have to have? It doesn't mean anything. She's just chatting shit. And like you say, more importantly, probably pointing out that it's projection. Which I think is what James is.
Are these the skulls you were talking about, Adam?
Monkey skulls. Look at that. Let's see. Look. See that one there? That's great Uncle Porrick.
What about this? What about this guy down here?
That's Porrick's missus, I think.
The missus is quite a bit bigger than the mister.
They were in them days.
They were in them days.
Thumbnail, and the title is Evolution versus Evidence.
It was, because this is look, they were found in the same layer, right? And they look a bit the same. So it's the only conclusion. The males were a lot smaller than the huge females back then.
Well, it looks like the females were quite a bit smarter with the size of that skull, and this guy was a dumbass. I know it's my pick. Oh my God. Okay, good.
Is this all your baseball picks?
Yeah, it's telling me that I'm on the clock. But I'm on the clock for 7 hours. I did the long drafts. Let's continue.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll have 2 hours left at the end of this show. It's going to go for 5 hours.
I'm thinking maybe we've got half an hour of the show left.
No, we got, well, no way.
Shut up and
Are
stop
we really?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
98% chimp.
What? No, I didn't even read it. Are we? This shit came out. This shit was in the 80s. Really? You on this now? Are we really 98% chimp?
I thought we were 98% banana.
No, that's 50%.
50?
You got to be kidding me. Okay, let me pull this up. I know it's around here somewhere. I was doing some other pretender clown glue sniffing train wrecking idiots with evolution, so I have it close. All right, so this is soup to nuts. So it's going to be a scroll here. This is back in the day, so I would probably suggest it's near the bottom. That's what I'm thinking. Can we have some filler? And don't do the do. Yeah.
What are we looking for? Are we looking for bananas or are we looking for chimpanzees?
Chimps. 98%. This 98% shit. I dealt with this back in like 2006. What's that?
I'm gonna ask AI. What if you're looking for chimps, I'm asking AI what percentage.
There it is. I got it.
To humans and bananas.
I'm gonna have to agree because the chimp has no upper lip, and neither does she.
I didn't catch that, Neil. That's a good catch. Keep that in mind. Do we want to do mine, or are you going to go after? Do you want to do your mistress?
No, I'll give you kudos. 50%. I'm 50% banana.
I told you.
Yeah. These monkeys.
Yeah. So, well, the first 99%, she got the 98% wrong, by the way. The first 99% similar came about by reassociation kinetics and extrapolations thereof. This was the initial technique. The 99% fiasco of the 98% fiasco has many flaws, including throwing out data. It was put forward first by Alan Wilson and Marie Claire King in 1975. Cohen J. Relative differences. The myth of the 1%. Yeah, that's why I said 99%. Get it? It was in Science. They were talking about 2007. The 97% fiasco, still no 98% by the way, was conjured from DNA hybridization in the 80s along with Walk Like an Egyptian from the fucking Bangles. DNA hybridization from Sarek, 1989, cladistics, whatever the hell that is. DNA hybridization is somewhat arbitrary and clunky. From Ebersberger. I like that. Is that German? Et al. Mapping Human Genetic Ancestry, Molecular Biology and Evolution, Volume 24, yada, 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 2007. For about 23% of our genome, we share no immediate genetic ancestry with our closest living relative. Oh, shit. They're one of those. The chimpanzee. So, down to 77% right quick. There, monkey girl. That equals 690 million base pairs, roughly 227 large books. And bear in mind, even if humans were only 4% different, this still amounts to 120 million base pairs, equivalent to approximately 12 million words or 40 large books of information. This is surely an impossible barrier for mutations, that's random changes to cross. And because all DNA contains the same four DNA bases, any two random comparisons of equal length will be pretty close, friggin' idiots. From Nature, the most prestigious quote-unquote science journal in the entire fucking world, Professor David Page of the Whitehead Institute of Biomedical Research states that Y chromosomes of chimps and humans are horrendously different from each other. His words, not mine. That's all I had because it was too stupid to go any further. What do you got, Adam?
Well, that was even though you're not qualified in this field, it was a well-cited and presented point which shows that the other lass, what's she doing? She's citing rhetoric from the 1970s.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yep. Notice we haven't gotten a definition of evolution or the scientific theory of evolution yet. No, have you noticed that? Interesting. From either side, by the way.
On this point, right, just to allude to that, the bit of miscellany I presented, 1913, the concept of ridiculing flat earthers is put in by a very famous author, as I said, yeah? It's Rudyard Kipling, it's not, yeah? And look at what we've got here. A young lass that purports to be intelligent is basing her knowledge on bullshit rhetoric, outdated. A bit like when they cite gravity. Yeah. This is, by her definition, where you've got none of your business stuff, because clearly you're not informed.
Yep. You got it, Adam. You're all over it. Way to turn it on her.
And it's by James Tour. Uh-oh. Someone's where they shouldn't be.
Yeah, you.
And she said, you know, that people need to do their homework before they make comments.
Because some of the stuff that he gets incorrect is like easily Googleable.
Is it like it or is it and it's Googleable? We heard that before. Unbelievable.
And he probably should have known the difference prior to engaging in this conversation.
Known the difference between what and what? When you have a difference, it's between two things. What and what, specifically?
Whether it was Googleable or not, I think.
What an
Can I Google it?
What an ass clown.
Conversation. Do a little homework, you know?
And she said that, if people say things in one area and they're wrong, you shouldn't trust them in any other area.
You can tell
That's a fallacy. All or nothing.
a lot about a person when they speak outside their area of expertise.
Yeah, you. Yeah, we already drug you around by your short hairs long time ago, and now we're doing it again. Yes, it's relatively easy. I can do it in my sleep.
And abiogenesis is not James Tour's expertise.
What is abiogenesis? I bet you don't know what it is. And why are you talking about it? This is outside your expertise.
I was going to say, you can't use that as an indictment unless it is your expertise field. You can't use it as a winning card.
Yeah.
You're not an expert in this. And
Exactly.
neither am I.
Neither am I. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Adam, you got it. She's too stupid to realize it. That she's train wrecking her own dumbass self.
And neither is evolution. I know.
Neither is Let's get that whole thing. What's evolution, by the way? Their ass clown chuckle monkey.
In any other area.
You can tell a lot about a person when they speak outside their area of expertise. And abiogenesis is not James Tour's expertise, and neither is evolution.
Oh, and neither is evolution because Dr. James Tour is not an evolutionary biologist that doesn't exist. What's evolution, by the way? Can you imagine her sitting across from me? It would be a treat. She would implode. I'd implode her within the first 5 seconds. And it would get step by step worse every second after that. It would be lovely, wouldn't it? Would you pay for that?
People would, but the moderators in Discord wasn't.
I would totally pay for. Oh my goodness, I'd pay for that. I'd pay to see you do that to just about anybody in this arena.
Oh, you should have been around back in the day. Nice little touch there, Adam. About no, the moderators wouldn't in Discord. That was really nice. Thanks for that one.
I know a whole lot more about evolution than I do abiogenesis.
Really? What's evolution? Then why are you commenting on abiogenesis then when you don't know dick about it? What's evolution, by the way? Define it. What citation? I shouldn't give it away because you'll go look for it. Whatever.
So let's see what he can do.
It's interesting because she called me a young earth creationist.
Oh, no.
Many times.
James Tour, on the off chance you don't know who he is a synthetic chemist who has done nanotechnology for the majority of his career.
That sounds pretty respectable.
He's a creationist. In fact,
so are you.
Pause.
Go ahead.
He's a really, really, as we've said, he's a really, really, really clever bloke. Yeah?
Yep.
That's got all the knowledge. And this is what's important here. He's got all of the molecular knowledge that makes it, from his specialist field, he can transfer all that knowledge very easily. Yeah?
Yep.
It's not... Yeah, into this topic, this made-up topic called evolutionary biology.
No,
yeah?
really, no, hold on. No, it's really not evolutionary biology, the topic. Yeah, it's a little bit back and forth, Adam. This is really about abiogenesis, which relax, Adam.
I was making a point.
So was I. It's really, there's cross currents of evolution and abiogenesis. Really, this is about abiogenesis, as you're going to see here in a little bit. Not totally. However, but Dr. James Tour would be the subject matter expert in this field because it's outside of biology. Follow?
Yes. Actually, he's probably very skilled in this because it is a non-favorable reaction and he has to engineer with non-favorable reactions.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yep.
He's got skill in that. He understands how complex that is and how it doesn't happen in nature.
Yes, correct. Exactly. So Dr. James Tour, now not being officially origin of life research in their minds is organic chemistry in nature, essentially. So he's an organic chemist, so he can speak to this. He has the ability and expertise to speak to some of this if he focuses his attributes towards producing chemicals, producing life. If you follow where I'm going, if you're stepping in what you're smelling.
The other thing is, right, when you're at his level, which is just progressive academia, where he keeps learning, he probably could easily sit the degree standard exam and pass it in any of those topics.
Yes.
And we've listened to this guy lecture on this. He's more than adequately informed to at least degree standard. Yeah. On all of the abiogenesis stuff. Yeah. He commented on that. Yeah. Adequately and in an informed way. He's probably exceptionally well qualified.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an indictment because it's not exactly the right. And this was my point. When you get to that level, you're skipping over very subtle nuances where the building blocks are exactly the same. From just basic biochemistry to organic, all of these things, when we're regarding what is the specific aspect of abiogenesis, are the fundamental building blocks. Yeah? Yep. So by the time you get there, I would actually say he's eminently qualified to comment on it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Because it's about,
Yeah. I
energy
agree.
transfer, bond breaking, fundamentally.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, sir. You're right.
He's not just a creationist. James Tour.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're a creationist too, love. You're just too stupid to realize it. Your creationist is nature. Yeah, you hear that? No lip, no upper lip, dumbass. Your creation, your creator is nature. She's too stupid to realize it. Because you're a naturalist, right? You evotard numpty dipshit. My God.
To the best of my knowledge, and I think I can support that quite well with today's.
You couldn't support wet toilet paper.
Topic is a young Earth creationist.
Uh-oh, young Earth So, those big old bad young Earth creationists. So, what's your evidence against young Earth creationism? Because you're a creationist, let's just pin it down to whether the Earth is old or young. So, from your tone, it seems like you got the answer. So we need the scientific evidence that rules you out of obtaining it. But we're going to need it from somebody else. The scientific evidence validating the age of the Earth. We're going to need that. Good luck, by the way.
You know, so many young Earth creationists write to me, and they're very upset because I don't embrace young Earth creationism.
Why not?
In the way that they'd like it to be embraced.
That like the whole young Earth creationists, like a stereotype fallacy, they are speaking as one?
Old Earth, young Earth. So, I might as well just say it here. So then anybody asks me, I can refer them to this video. I have no idea how old the Earth is.
Yeah, no, well, that's the most accurate statement you made thus far. And more importantly, neither does anyone else. That's the point. Why don't you say that?
I have no idea. And you say, well, scientists say that...
No, it's not a scientific topic. The dating game is not a scientific topic whatsoever. So you're compromised. Every word you speak is being evaluated, Dr. James Tour.
The universe is 14.8 billion years old.
What, 0.8? What about 0.678234?
Look, I can't vet that because...
No one can vet. There's nothing to vet.
I'm not an astrophysicist.
Astrophysicists had nothing whatsoever to do with freaking coming up with the age of the Earth. Astrophysicists are pseudoscientists in a non-science topic. This is a non-science topic. The whole fucking thing.
I'm probably more akin, though I don't like terminologies, more akin to a progressive creation.
He's a progressive creationist. What the hell is that?
I don't know. It's kind of apologetics, isn't it? That things change over time. So you have to, instead of just saying, no, it's all God's great plan, you have to kind of outtail a little bit and give them something, would be the criticism there. Again, be bold. Don't make statements like that. You don't need to. You don't need to curtail and summarize it like that, which gives them something.
Does that have something to do? Does that have something to do with the age? Progressive? I think he's off topic again. Go ahead. Somebody want to say something?
Progressive creationist, he said, didn't he?
Yeah. That's off topic to the age thing, unless he's going to connect it right now.
Creationist. Thought is what that is, isn't it? Yeah.
Unless he's going to connect it, Adam, to something with age. He hasn't defined what progressive creationism is. Now, he's just talking about the age thing. He didn't transition well, or if he's on topic, he's going to tell us how that connects with some type of age with this. It's not all non sequitur. Somebody else?
Yes.
I agree.
Hold on, Adam. Go ahead.
Yes, it's like everybody has this feeble attempt to put a label on themselves. So he's a progressive young Earth creationist.
No, he said he's not a young Earth creationist. He said he's
he's a progressive creationist. Yeah. That's it.
All right, Adam.
So everybody like
means it. I think he means it in a sense that he's got some kind of acceptance of some kind of evolutionary or change over time acceptance. That's what he's saying.
I pulled a J.
Not he's progressive in his like left wing and up for Palestine.
The left wing chuckle monkey. No, that's the other guys. All right, I pulled this back so we can get the entire thought. So I gave myself a J. I can. I'm in charge.
Vet that because I'm not an astrophysicist. I'm probably more akin, though I don't like terminologies, more akin to progressive creation, that God creates, God speaks and it creates, but I don't have a sign.
How's that progressive?
It changes.
What does he mean? Like God speaks and creates, like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. That, I guess that's sort of a progression. I don't know. Who knows?
Scientific way to confirm.
Like these chaffinches progressed. They went to a different place and progressed by slightly changing the colour of their breath.
That's not what he said.
That's my fear. That he's
don't conjure shit. That what you think that he.
Okay, but I don't have a magic ball where I can ask AI in a second what a progressive creationist is.
You're not. Oh God.
You're left with having to use a little bit of insight as to what he might be meaning, considering his stance.
Let's just continue.
Terminology is more akin to progressive creation, that God creates, God speaks and it creates, but I don't have a scientific way to confirm that.
Yeah, because it's not science.
So I wouldn't use that in a scientific context.
Of course, because it's not science.
Maybe based on her claim, they'll stop getting upset with me. But then I'll get a whole nother camp of people upset with me. So
as long as Opie and Aunt B, they're very cordial, they're very nice, they're well spoken, they have nice clothes. They look. I'm surprised I don't see degrees and stuff. I do see books. Nice paintings, by the way. I hate art.
That does not look like he picked that up in IKEA.
Not down at the local garage sale. But that's what they portray them. Everything's okay. We're Opie and Aunt B. We're on the good side. Yeah, you get that? I get that feeling, right?
This is my quiet place.
Yes.
Roland.
Very nice.
I'm really wondering if Erica had ever done her homework.
What?
That's your Cotard syndrome. Everybody's an imposter.
I was just thinking that for Dr. Rob. Dr. Rob, I think this is exactly what I was thinking before you said that. I think everything in this room was replaced with exact duplicates. That's exactly what I was thinking, Flatsy.
I made that connection, and I just love that you were on that same train.
I was thinking the same thing right before you started talking. I was thinking that. Just didn't say it, right? Some things you just don't say. That it was pretty creepy, Flatsy. You've been hanging around me too long.
Of people upset with me. So I'm really wondering if Erica had ever done her homework to see the many statements that I've said over the internet, because she kept claiming that I'm a young Earth creationist.
June's Tour is a young Earth creationist.
She also said that though she's not an expert in the area of origin of life, just as
who the hell would do this? What?
A first-year medical student.
Is that what's up with the grandfather clocks behind her?
I imagine that there's a lot of industrial glue in that room.
Industrial glue. That's either below my feet or way above my head.
As I had said, I'm not an expert in genetics, but she contested with me when I say that we're clueless on the origin of life. She says that they have some good, sound, reasonable explanations on how.
Explanations are worthless.
I'm still looking forward to what shit she conjures.
Yeah, without demonstration, without validation, explanations are less than worthless. We can get them from your average village idiot down on the corner. He'll give them to you a dime a dozen. Explanations, just so stories. Shout out to Witsit.
Oh, thank goodness. And I learned a lot about where we stand with the origin of life question.
Question? There is no question.
We got the go-ahead from Nathan Oakley that we may begin, so thank goodness.
Yeah, we've been waiting for that. Thank you. It's a good thing I wasn't holding my breath.
The question obviously isn't solved.
Because that's an admission of ignorance. I learned a lot about where we stand with the question of life. So I didn't answer it.
Yep.
I don't know what I'm on about. I learned a lot, though.
About the question?
What did you do today, little baby? I learned a lot about not pooping in my pants. Brilliant. Well done.
She learned a lot about the question. Are you talking about the punctuation? You learned the punctuation? Probably.
I learned a lot about the question of life. No, I came to a conclusion. I don't even know the answer, but I learned a lot about the question. Right, well done.
About where we stand with the origin of life question. The question obviously isn't solved. We don't know how.
What's the question?
There you go. You could tell she didn't know the answer.
She doesn't know the question.
She knows. She's learned a lot about the question.
This is like talking to like a 3-month-old about Treg.
Yeah, this is none of her business, is it?
No, clearly.
How life got started from non-life here.
Oh, that is abiogenesis. How life.
Oh, Missy. Whoa there, Missy. Life from non-life. Well, get your own rock.
Exactly.
Adam just proved evolution, whatever that is. He just turned into a horse.
Yeah. Shout out to Betty. Get your own dirt. That's exactly right. So life, or they could show right now. She could show. Stop her whole spiel here, nonsensical, incoherent drivel, and show life from non-life. Right? It's easy. That's what
you enable them.
Take it.
You enable them. Get them to get some dirt first.
Yeah, you're right, Adam. I didn't want to go there, but I eventually get there. Yeah.
Hey, you've still got a chance.
You're missing the point.
Brian wants to chime in. What do you want?
Come on, Brian. I'm going to get wine.
Oh, yeah, Adam.
Is there 1 point or 2 points or?
We don't know at this point.
You're all missing the point.
Yeah.
She's interested in the question of the origin of life.
Yeah.
So is Dr. James Tour. They're all interested in the question. They're not interested in the answer. And that's where this is at.
Well, the question's incoherent. The answer is also incoherent. Follow? Probably not. You think you're...
But they're not focusing on an answer or coming up with an answer. They're focusing on getting to the answer or accepting the answer. They're focusing on the question only.
The question, and I will say again, the question's incoherent, so the answer will also likely follow incoherency. It's a nothing burger question.
I understand your point, right? Because to ask the question is ridiculous on its face.
Yep.
But that's okay for the learned to say that. That's not okay for those who are ignorant of it.
Oh, so we got two groups. So you're the defender of the ignorant now.
The people who listen to this kind of stuff and don't know any different. They haven't heard you. They haven't heard the truth. They haven't heard the facts, the proof. They haven't come across. They don't know any different. They just know that there's a question out there, which keeps it vague and ambiguous. It's like, is the Earth flat or is it a globe? It's the same rubbish. This question, but they don't want to get to the answer because the answer is not what they want to hear, and that's certainly not what they want to promote or accept.
Oh, it's Brian's logic, the defender of the ignorant.
The ignorant are most people in the world.
Flatsy, I was giving that to you for another one to put in your hopper.
Okay.
Okay, thought you're real enthusiastic about it. Can you make us a sandwich?
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Yeah, look at now. Yeah, I turned against her. Adam, you back?
Yeah, I got back just as Brian finished.
Yep, he's Brian's logic, the defender of the ignorant.
Listen, I'll say it, Adam. Let me say it to Adam, because I'd like Adam's opinion.
Oh, God, I got to listen to it again.
Yeah, you do, right? Because you hand waved it away.
I don't. I'm gonna go get some water. Go ahead.
Okay. The problem with this, Adam, is the same issue with flat versus globe. They're interested in the question, but they're not interested in the answer, the addressing of the answer, the accepting of the answer. They're only interested in asking the question and never getting to any answers. That's the problem with this. That's why they're all enabling each other. And QE's, like what I'm pointing out is enablement. And QE's like belittling it. Probably because he didn't come up with it. That's the usual. So Adam, what's your thoughts on that?
I wonder if you think very highly of yourself there.
Has to be referenced. I think that's the point I just made there, really. He's enabling, he's just giving them dirt, is what I left on, and that seems to be the point. But to be fair, QE, whilst he's away having water, that is why he's banned from Discord, because he doesn't enable.
But the thing about this is
I just caught him out there. I just caught him out, that's all. He was trying to think about how you're going to get proteins from primordial soup, yeah? But first you've got to have primordial soup. This is how pathetic their argument is. And these guys, yeah, they want to start the argument after they've had the lightning bolt into the primordial soup, yeah? They don't want to go back because that's problematic, yeah? Because they want to be able to show things that they can show, look, with fossils and skulls that fit their explanation.
Yeah, it's begging the question. It's circular banjo-do-si-do.
It's a really fucking good explanation because look at these different schools. I'm right into schools and I can see schools changing over time. Right? Now, what schools are made of, where that came from, that's I don't want to go that far. It's like Jaren.
Yep.
I want a ball. I don't want to get into a rotating ball. I'm not into rotating balls yet.
He's a revolutionary. That's up to the revolutionary biologist.
It's half a book readers again, isn't it? I want to be clever in this bit. And I've read the book where monkey skulls change over time, and I know it inside out. Loved it as a kid. Yeah. I don't want to read the rest of it. I know why my bullshit explanation is nonsense. I'm just going to take my bullshit explanation to the world.
All right, did you guys get it all out of your system?
Oh, nearly finished.
It doesn't appear so.
No, because that was my point earlier on that you laughed at, but you didn't pay attention to the words I used, Huey. Their claim of the monkey that we are is us. So their proof for this monkey is us. That's circular reasoning.
No.
We're the monkey.
You're the monkey.
You're the monkey.
You are.
Before we go on here, right? Quick question, because her top lip is bugging me a little bit, and I keep forgetting the name.
Can't find it.
So, QE, because I want to give her a nickname, and I either want to go with the full Charlton Heston or the rewrites, with you know, the follow-on films. So, full Charlton Heston, Planet of the Apes name, or future movies nickname. You can either go with Zera, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Zera, which is Cornelius's missus, isn't it?
Was that her name?
That's correct. Caesar's wife, who's called like Cornelius.
I don't remember Caesar's wife, but I know Cornelius's wife was Zera in the original.
Oh, brother, let's get a hold of yourself.
Can we go to YouTube and change the title so it says Zera, cream of wheat, and Dr.
Zera? No, I'm not doing it.
Put your seatbelts on.
No.
Earth, but we have a myriad of very interesting hypotheses with a boat.
You have interesting hypotheses, a myriad of them. State one. Who is interrupting? Is that you, Neil?
Sorry. It's not going on mute.
Now let's get back to this. I got to pull a J because of the interruptions.
Question obviously isn't solved. We don't know how life got started from non-life here on planet Earth, but we have
naturally speaking, you don't know how life got here from non-life. Naturally speaking, that's your context. Why? Because it's a tear-jerking belly laugher. Just chemically, it's tear-jerking belly laugher. Then you got to explain where the information came from. Yep. Good luck with that.
We have a myriad of very interesting hypotheses with a...
Really? Like I said, let's hear one. You don't have any hypotheses. You don't know what a scientific hypothesis is. It's definitely not in this topic. It doesn't exist.
A boatload of experimental data.
Oh, you do? Let's see the boatloads, the mountains and mountains and mountains of evidence. Let's see it. You got 2-7 offsuit. I call all in. Ass chucking monkey clown. All in. Show.
Super chat.
Super ass clown monkey chatter.
What is the world? It sent... I vote Zera. Go Adam.
For Brian's
really
IQ.
like
Is that an answer for Brian's IQ?
Zera, as in her new nickname.
Oh, I thought you said 0. Sorry, Brian.
To support.
Thanks for the super chat.
One or the other, or
support one or the other what?
Combinations of them, and we're moving
one or the other combinations of them, and we're moving on. That's a lovely story. What the hell are you talking about, Glue Sniffer?
Moving forward each and every year.
We're moving forward each and every year. It started back in 1940s, late 40s.
See, we are bananas. That's what bananas do. They creep.
They're creeping bananas.
Yeah, they move. Banana plants move forward every year. See?
You call them bananas?
Banana.
It's a banana.
A banana.
Not a banana.
Graham's been nowhere near it.
Not a friggin' banana.
Banana.
Oh boy.
I would like to ask her right up front.
What is banana?
Shut up!
It wasn't a banana. How, when I get excited, could I not go bananas?
Shut up.
Every year.
So I would like to ask her.
Adam.
Saying. Bananas.
Right up front. What is it within the origin of life area that we have sound understanding on? What is it?
But I'll tell you, from what I've seen from James' tour, I remain wholly...
No, what you see from James' tour, he's challenging you, your dumbass. Well, what you got? Ass clown? Chuckle monkey?
Unconvinced that the field of...
You know what the missing link is? Her upper lip.
Zara's.
Zara's.
Origin of life research is completely clueless.
Is it the
Yeah, it's completely clueless. Yep.
Synthesis of the small molecules? Is it the synthesis of the amino acids?
Oh, don't do this. Don't get specific. Dr. James, don't do that. We can't have any specificity here. Don't try that shit.
Or the sugars, how about those? The nucleotides, the lipids, is it the synthesis of those? So YouTubers suggest it's no problem getting glucose because the foremost reaction makes it.
Oh, here's Ass Clown and James Tour. He can't even tie his shoes by himself in with an organic chemist. The YouTuber. Foremost reaction. What an ass clown.
Makes sugars. Foremost reaction makes sugars.
Foremost reaction makes sugars. Go ahead and show. Let's see some sugars. What type of sugars? Pentose sugars? What types of sugars?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
It does, but it's unusable. Just recently, Ramanan Krishnamurthy is agreeing with me, this major origin of life researcher. He's just showed that the foremost reaction, which is the only reaction that is said to be autocatalytic, that has any relevance.
Autocatalytic. Yeah.
To origin of life. That would be useless because it's too complex of a mixture of compounds. Something that I've been saying for years, because you get many hundreds of thousands, if not millions, and Lee Cronin even says billions of compounds.
In this paper, we showed the foremost reaction, which is a really simple way of making sugars or a big mess.
You just train wrecked your whole ideology. Notice what he said. I'll stop it. Most people don't catch this. Listen to this. Ready?
The foremost reaction, which is a really simple way of making sugars or a big mess. Normally, when you do the reaction, produces billions of...
Normally, let me go back. I missed. Sorry. Let's get it.
Simple way of making sugars or a big mess. Normally, when...
You see this word, you? It's over for them. They're too stupid to realize that they have just affirmed our position. Our position is intelligent agency is responsible. Your dumbass position, hello, McFlies, is that nature does. That's your position. Not when you do it or when we do it. That confirms our position against your dumbasses. Adam, they don't even realize that they're so stupid.
This is what Dr. Tor pointed out, in that very long-winded topic, but he pointed out the probability of this happening in nature, these molecules coming together, which is billions and trillions to one, and the probability of the molecules coming together when you do it in a lab, which is 100%, because you're putting them together.
Yes. It's a train wreck of a dumpster fire. It's a belly laugher. It's like a second grader is looking back saying, well, wait, because they're on their agendas and they talk science-y and people forget what their actual positions are. That's what happens. They're most are glue sniffers. They can't pay attention. They're not good listeners. They lose the plot. F***ing ass clowns everywhere.
When you do the reaction, produces billions of products, literally within a few seconds or hours.
So it's not useful. Now, Krishnamurthy says it's not useful. Do you agree with him that it's not useful? And that has been underscored now also by Jack Sostek and by Steve Bannon.
Jack Shostak. That's a name from the past. He's an old glue-sniffing fungus muncher, quote-unquote original life researcher. I took him one time. I destroyed him so thoroughly. I can't remember what the topic was. It was too long ago. And I was doing it against the professor. Just ripped him to shreds. And then I ripped the professor to shreds. That brought back a lot of memories. Thanks a lot.
Benner. So, and by John Sutherland. So all four.
Sunderland is another asshat.
Four of them are agreeing you can't deal with these complex mixtures. How about the complex mixtures of molecules that are coming from asteroids, from meteorites?
Oh, see, he goes ahead and gives them. What are asteroids and meteorites? The complex mixtures. Mixtures of what? Are they in liquid form? Or they're just solidified in like a rock? What the hell are you even talking about? I don't know.
And we can see that the likes of some amino acids can be found naturally.
Here we go. Really. That's why we love you. Your meticulous attention to excruciating detail. OCD-like. Show me one alpha amino acid formed by nature. She doesn't fucking clue what alpha amino acid. She's clueless. It's like talking Greek to her. Like talking to a 3-month-old about Treg. Unbelievable.
And crazily enough, meteorites.
Oh no, we found amino acids in meteor. Where did the meteorites come from?
Apologies, space trash.
That was my question.
Basically.
Shut up.
And the reason for that opinion that I have is because, by and large,
you have an opinion. We don't go to quote unquote purported scientists for their fucking opinion. That's subjective. Science and natural science is objective. You're already off topic. Who is it? Oh, it is Sutherland. I didn't even look down. This is that dumbass Sutherland. Yeah, I ran into him and his cohorts back in the day. You fucking ass clown. I just destroyed. See how easy it was to destroy you? Let's listen to what this mug has to say. Let's hear this.
Meteorites.
With apologies, space trash. Basically. And the reason for that opinion...
The opinion of space trash? What?
I have is because, by and large, our studies of meteorites that people have done have shown that they contain a very large number of compounds.
That's astonishing and amazing.
Hundreds of thousands, maybe even.
Aren't they in rock form?
Millions of compounds. And
just millions and billions and... Okay, what's your point?
They're very, very diverse.
You mean different things are very diverse? That's amazing. I'm glad I drove 5,678 miles to get your opinion.
And what that means is that if you want to start going to the next stage of the chemistry...
Of the chemistry? What chemistry is happening in meteorites? What's happening there? We got any chemistry going on in meteorites, Adam? Adam, am I still...
Oh, man! My egg sandwich just fell apart there.
Hey, see, that's my game. Egg sandwiches. I am the egg man. I've been eating egg sandwiches since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. What kind of egg sandwich? We'll get back, folks. What kind of egg sandwich do you have?
Egg. Boiled egg.
Oh, you screwed it already. You screwed it already.
Tomato. Mayonnaise. Obviously, the bread's buttered. I'm not a heathen, Flatsy.
He's raw dogging it. He's raw dogging it with butter, Flatsy. Unbelievable.
And mayonnaise. And then crispy bacon.
Okay.
But it was until it fell apart in my hand as I tried to.
Now, what you do is, Adam, is you get good quality. This is a white bread thing. Good quality white bread. Shut up. Good quality white bread. You don't put boiled eggs on it. No, you fry that sumbitch in bacon grease. And then you put that on the sandwich. You need a little bit of grease so it'll soak into the bread. That's the problem that you're having right now. Just a little bit, not too much. Just a little bit. Then tomato. I'm saying tomato because I'm hanging around you glue sniffers. Then tomato, a very ripe. You have to have a great tomato. Don't be putting half-stepping tomatoes on the sandwich. It'll ruin it. You get a good ripe tomato. And then
off my aunt's allotment.
And then not crispy bacon, but mouth-watering bacon, like dissolves when it first hits your mouth. And mayonnaise. That's it. No friggin' raw dog and butter. Okay?
You lot are so uncouth.
All right, back to the topic. Let's see where Sutherland Monkey's going.
Compounds, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of compounds. And so they're very, very diverse. And what that means is that if you want to start going to the next stage of the chemistry where you...
But that's where we're at. We're going to the next stage of the chemistry. What chemistry? When you're starting to string building blocks. What building blocks?
You're starting to string building blocks together. You've got something very dilute, has to react.
What is very dilute in a frigging rock, Sutherland? You hear this clown at him?
Yeah.
I've never described a rock as dilute. Just call me crazy. What a complete ass clown this guy is.
With something else very dilute to make...
So we got two things that are dilute in a rock. You need to be institutionalized, you fuckstick.
The next product in the presence of thousands or hundreds of thousands of other compounds.
He's off the reservation.
Each of which could react with your two building blocks.
In a rock. In a dilute rock, right?
So it just makes the subsequent synthetic chemistry very difficult.
Oh, now that's the difficulty. The dilute rock's not difficult. This is shockingly fucking stupid. Ladies and gentlemen.
Those are useless. So
you might have the compounds, but it still can't happen afterwards.
Yes.
It just makes the subsequent synthetic chemistry very difficult. So even if you got it, it's still not going to happen. Unless you go in the lab and mix the two things together.
You're an enabler. Where'd he get the rock?
Oh, damn it.
I knew I'd bust you.
It just makes the subsequent synthetic chemistry very difficult.
Those are useless. So what is it? Is it the polymerization of these compounds? Is
polymerization? She can't say it, let alone spell it.
Is it the condensation polymerizations?
Condensation polymerization. Isn't that an uphill reaction? Now the second law of thermodynamics rears its head. And its sword. It's going to cut your fucking head right off. He didn't mention anything about that, did he? Nope.
Researchers found that RNA can self-assemble in the presence.
Oh, so RNA can self-assemble. Where'd you get the sugar? Where'd you get the ribose? Nucleic acid. Do you even know what nucleic acids are? You chuckle monkey dumbass. So now we're already past it. RNA is now a self. I don't know if it identifies as that. Can somebody ask a pretend RNA that she just conjured in her mind? She doesn't even know what the chemical structure of RNA is, by the way. Can somebody ask the one that she has what it identifies as? Pretender clown. Fuck sticks is what we got here.
Of clays and a wet-dry cycle.
Amateur night.
So this is a plausible
ribose phosphate. Uh-oh. We got another uphill reaction here. Where did you get the nucleosides? Bet you she doesn't know what a nucleoside is. Guarantee it. Neither does this glue sniffer.
Mechanism for RNA.
Nucleotide polymerization has...
Where'd you get nucleotides at? First, where'd you get nucleosides from? Before that, where'd you get sugar? Before that, where'd you get carbon from? You star spinning in an opposite direction retard.
Get your own dirt.
That's exactly right. Let's hear it. In the context of quantum mechanics, how does carbon exist? Let's hear it. He's just a fuckstick. Retard fuckstick. That's your new name, cream of wheat.
It's been demonstrated on
Montmorillonite stuttering full.
Montmorillonite clay for decades.
Clay? Where'd you get the clay? See, I'm not enabling this shit, Dr. James Tour. I'm cutting his legs off before we even get there.
Why is cream of wheat in what looks like a lecture theatre with this guy? Is he burst in like some Palestinian protester or something?
I think they had a debate or something. Professor Dave. Super Professor Dave, pretender clown.
All right. We got one from Bear Pelagic Coffee. Shout out. He's got the best coffee ever. Anyways, he sent 2 eggs, pop yolks, fried in raw butter, then American cheese, not Kraft Singles trash, real American, extra black pepper and mayo. How you doing, Kiwi?
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not. Yeah, I'm amenable. I'll acquiesce.
I'd smash that down just as happily.
Yes, I would too. Shout out. Thanks for the super chat.
Yes, with 30 to 70% 2.5. I asked.
Yeah, the 2.5 and 3.5 linkages. Yeah, why go there? Where did he get the clay? Where did he get the dirt? Right, Adam? That's what we.
Where did he get the rules? All of these molecules, how they work, how their electron configurations would work, so that the structures like this could be formed. What are the rules for that? Did they randomly appear? Yeah.
It's kind of hilarious because this rigmarole will just keep going when they ask us to grant them more than what they want to grant anyone else.
I mean, this is a lot of fun. I can understand why James, because he's very knowledgeable. He's an organic chemist, right? This is a lot of fun to him. But what he should do morally is cut him off right at the knees with where'd you get your own dirt. That's what he should say. As a chemist and a creationist. That's what he should say. And then the argument's all over. I mean, like I said, this is a lot of fun. I used to do this back in the day, right? With a lot of so-called cellular biologists that didn't know their ass from a pipe wrench. I loved the chemistry. I was real sharp, right? But then I finally realized I got down to quantum mechanics. And where'd you get your dirt at? Where'd you get carbon from? Because it's all over right there, like I said. But this is fun, so I grant him, but he's still indicted, even though I did it.
Ask you for 3.5, which is what you need to have life. Here's morilonite, oligonucleotide synthesis, because others have made oligonucleotides.
Others have made oligonucleotides. Well, that destroys the atheist evotards, right? The key word. Did you hear what he said?
Made again, you see.
Listen to what he says.
Morilonite, oligonucleotide synthesis, because others have made
Others have made. No, Dr. James Tor. Their position is nature has made, not others. You just proved intelligent design.
Oh, this is the trouble, isn't it? That happens in academia. Others in a lab make it, and because they've managed to actually get some kind of freakish results. Look, I've made an oligonucleotide after 15 years of trying. They go, well, see, so it's clearly possible in nature.
I got something for that. Where are you? It's in my slideshows. Where are you? Come on, show yourself. It's not in the first one. I didn't catch it. Watch, it's always in the last one, right? Where are you? Shout out to Leonard Skinner. Yep, it's not in that one. Son of, I hate when that happens. Why can't it just be the first one? You'll see in 1 second. This.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
The paradox of unintelligent design. If I can just synthesize life here, then I'll have proven it took no intelligence was necessary to form life in the beginning. That's this right here.
Exactly.
The glue sniffers lost the plot, though. They don't understand that.
Nope. Don't get it. And neither do the people that are, quote unquote, arguing with them. They lose the plot too. They don't know what they lose it. They're so far off on their own little Brian agendas that they forget the point. Yep. Shout out to Brian.
Clearly missed it. They're celebrating it in a published paper.
Yep.
They've synthesized. Yeah.
Yeah.
What we've done.
Yeah.
They clearly don't. They think they've achieved something that they've achieved something. Yeah. And they've demonstrated how impossible a task it is to put all this together. Yeah. That's all they do. But they actually think by doing this, it proves this shit can happen randomly. It's
happen in nature.
Happen in nature randomly.
Oh, God.
And having acquired their own dirt first. Again, you see, there's so many steps to this, isn't there, to achieve, yeah? They're already putting all the precursors in and they're hoping that somehow they can get it to fit together, just like a simple little cell manages every single day.
Oh,
yeah?
God. You're talking about a cell? We are light years. Absolute light years, not an exaggeration or hyperbole. Shout out to McBugger Eater. Light years away from that. Light years.
Nucleotides on different clays, like Montmorillon and clay. And this person got 67% of the 3', 5'. So in other words, he's got 33% of the wrong linkage. Here, 75 to 80% of the monomers are 2', 5' linked. So he's saying here you're only getting 20% of the right linkages. The rest of them are the 2', 5'. What is the substantial fraction? We don't know from Benner. Benner left it a mystery. But let's just say he had 66%. Let's say 2/3 of his linkages were 3', 5'. That means 1/3 of his linkages are the wrong linkages. You need three of these bases along DNA to define an amino acid.
It's going away, the 3' is going away from the alpha carbon, and the 5' is going away 5 spaces away from the alpha carbon, by the way. Yes, and once you get 2-5 linkages, the whole thing crumbles. It's a football bat. 1-2-5' linkage. It destroys the secondary structure of fucking DNA, clowns. So you don't have, there's nothing. It's idiotic.
Acid in a protein that's going to be made. So 1 out of every 3. If 1 out of every 3 has long linkage, then 1 out of every 3 letters doesn't work.
No, Dr. James Torr. No, it destroys the secondary structure of DNA. Oh, boy. That's what you get when you're out over your skis.
Any words. Statistically, you have no words. This work by...
Statistically, you don't get any words. That makes perfect sense.
Benner is nonsense. And then he says, we're not...
Doors. Again, you see, where do you get your words from in the first place?
Exactly.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Where did the information come from?
Oh, you went straight to logos.
Yeah. Yes, we did. Well, after we already stated where'd you get your own dirt, the next question, there isn't a next question after that. This is after we're done laughing our asses off at them, is where'd they get the information from? Because information is neither matter nor energy. And according to atheistic evotards, that the only thing that can exist is matter and energy. Reconcile that, glue sniffers. Bet that.
That's where it's amazing. Once you've given them their own dirt, their own rules for how molecules link together, and then how those molecules can form a language to tell a cell to do something, is the destruction to me. Yeah. Where do you summarize it? Where did you get the information from? It's all right, as these guys spend many a year doing, trying to stick molecules together. Why do they stick together like that? What are the rules? Are they random? They don't appear to be random, because after they stick together, you can then write a language to build biological machines. Where did you get that from? That cannot be random.
It's a belly laugher from the word go.
That the 2', 5' doesn't work. Oh, yes, we are. There are papers like this paper here.
Oh, it's the battle of the papers.
Shows that 3', 5', you have to have this because the 2', 5' acts like siRNA. I think.
Yeah, it's unstable structure. Yeah, you think? Because the secondary structure, that's what they were talking about up there.
You should have done your homework a little bit better before you started making comments on origin of life. All I was doing was asking a question, but I'm holding you to the same standards that you're holding me to.
And I think that the biggest factor on the
because your stupid dumbassery is the biggest factor.
Side of abiogenesis is time. And
time? Hey, love.
Is she asking to be granted more time? That's gonna work against her.
Yeah. Put time in a jar and paint it red. You idiotic glue sniffer.
I've said this before. Kent Hovind hates this.
Who gives a shit what Kent Hovind hates or likes? What kind of comment is that? Get down to the science, you daft cow. Glue sniffing pretender clown. Fraud.
And he's like, oh, yes, of course. Well, you give them enough time and they'll, it'll...
Not if you give them enough time. If you get to time, it works against you. Second law of thermodynamics. Hello? Time is your worst enemy.
It all works. It all comes down to time.
And you don't got time. How much time?
Time is their god. And
now that's what Hovind says. He's another glue sniffer.
In a way, you're kind of right.
In a way, oh, here we go. We've seen this before, haven't we, Adam?
Yeah.
Remember her?
I'm trying to think. Yeah.
Mrs. Goodwill. No. Mrs. Goodwill Hunting.
I remember the cardigan, if I'm being honest.
I'm a little worried that you know that that's a cardigan.
I've got some very nice cardigans, I'll have you know.
You would.
Oh,
Earth is about 4.5 billion years old.
Yeah, let's give it the universe. I'll give you 14 billion.
Really? Can anyone scientifically validate that for us so we can go off a validated premise? You think? Probably not. Let's go down the glue sniffing trail of complete conjured speculation.
Okay.
Okay, you go, girl.
And life around 3.5.
Life? What the hell is that? Life around 3 point. Lucy, what a deep voice you have.
5 billion years old is 1 billion years not enough time for randomness?
No, not at all. And in fact,
time for randomness. Does randomness need time? That's what we're looking for. We want complete randomness so we can make life. We can make you. You're completely random. Lucy.
in fact, it's not 1 billion because we know that.
Go ahead and answer her question now, Dr. James Tor. Where you could have tore her apart from the beginning, but no, you got to be the nice guy. You got to entertain her absolute nonsensical horseshit that she just pulled out of her ass. Let me go ahead and explain that to you. He's like Gutsick.
That nothing could have happened before the cooling from the Great Heavy Bombardment.
The cooling from the Great Heavy Bombardment? What's that? Do you have evidence of that? Do you have scientific evidence of the Great and Heavy Bombardment? See the problem?
So after the Earth cooled?
After the Earth cooled? Do Do you have evidence of that? Why was it hot? Can you prove that it was hot in the first place to give it, or the possibility of it cooling? Do you got scientific evidence of that? Can we see that? You know, so we're not never fairy tale land, Mr. Academic. No?
Then these things could start happening. The Earth was just...
The thingies could start happening. That's what I'm concerned with, thingies starting to happen.
Blazing hot. And this is why we have all these elements.
Adam, the Earth was blazing hot.
You're going to need that to form an underlying code.
On the surface of the Earth. The time between the Earth cooling and the signs of life
is what?
It's very, very short.
Oh, it's very short. Can you show that?
About a week.
About a week.
Maybe like a long weekend, even.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, the enabler who knows better. Over here. Right there.
And it's also when you know something is wrong and you do it anyways, that is what's considered sin. So he's going to have to answer for that one.
I'm not saying that he knows better. I can't go that far. Follow? I don't think we can say that. I don't know if he knows better.
I think that's fair, not to attribute him knowing better, because the implications of that is that he's knowingly doing something wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. Am I talking to Brian?
No, I was just going off what you said, because you're like, and he knows it, or he's the enabler.
No, I said
he knows better.
He should know better. Let me rephrase. If I did say that, he should know better. So that might have been my fault. He should know better. There's Brian. I knew he was lurking out there somewhere.
I am not a mind reader, and I don't claim to be. Sorry, Brian.
Well, he just turned on you there, Flatsy. He just tried to liken you to me, and you should be proud of it, but obviously you're not.
No, I just wanted to kind of parse that out, what he said, because if he actually knows better, then he's serious. There's some serious implications to that, but if he doesn't know any better,
What?
And there's no way that the time, so the time is actually not 14 billion years, it's not 3.5 billion years, it's not even 1 billion years. It's something on the order of hundreds of millions, which is way, way too short.
Yeah, that he gave her. Now you got hundreds of millions of years. He gave you that. Here, it's yours.
Short. The stability
thing is, though, he doesn't care. He can give him it. He started out giving him 14 billion because it really doesn't matter. Because I remember this, babe. What he's doing is he's playing in Narnia, isn't he? And he's going to show the gas lamp will not work at night because this reason.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that's kind of where he's at. And
yes,
this is why you've not got a university tour making your point. Because you won't play with the children.
Yeah, I won't give them Narnia.
No, you won't go to Narnia, and that's because where we are, we shouldn't ever let them. Places like Discord that set up for flat Earth places where they want to actually bring truth to people, not tickle their bollocks. Yep. This guy is making a living tickling bollocks, and I can see where he's going. And he's, like I said, I've got no problem with him going there because he knows his shit, because he knows where this is leading to, and he's going to destroy them there.
I'm not saying, and Adam, I know you're not saying that I'm saying it. I'm not saying that his points aren't valid. I'm saying his points aren't valid because he's given them the whole context when their whole context is glue sniffing fungus muncher idiocy. Follow? You got that? You know that, right?
Like, it's like the epitome of Sleeping Warrior.
Yes.
What he'll give it.
Yeah, Brian does this too.
Yeah, why? And I'll tell you why. Sleeping Warrior. I've been guilty
I know
of it.
why Brian does it. Because he's the he's the defender of the ignorant.
Not that. I'll tell you why, and because Brian will be wanting to go in a sec. We do it, all of us, because we know where these Muppets are going to take us, and we'll destroy them there. We're gonna lead them on. Let them disparage their knowledge, and then slap them hard at this point. Yeah, at the next point. Yeah, like not. Let them get past the dirt. Let them get past this, and this is what he's doing. Let them get to this bit. Now he's going to come to probability, I assume. Yeah, and we'll slap them there. And that's why Tony gives them a bit of gravity to then slap them with their own words.
Brian?
Yeah, well, what I do is, and Adam can do the same thing, right? I know he's been, is that I show an audience that I understand their own paradigm and the problems with it better than them. Instantly, I gain the confidence of the audience. Now, obviously, that makes you very jealous, but I can't help that.
Brilliant.
All right, here we go.
What you do is you take a half-life. So if you have a mole of molecules, 6 times 10 to the 23rd molecules, and it has a half-life of 100 days in water, say, so you'll just have half of those.
What about the meteorite? Was the meteorite in water? It was dilute.
Many around. But if you only have one molecule that...
What's that? Meteorites are... Did you say they're in bacon?
It was in Vegas, that one.
Oh, Vegas. I thought you said bacon. Too funny.
Happen to form that might be of the right sequence. How long would that molecule last? So say you had a 600 mer of RNA, which is rather short RNA, actually. If RNA has a half-life of 100 days, you have to convert that half-life to a probability now, because you're dealing with a single molecule, and that turns out you have 4 hours. So this whole idea that, oh, in origin of life, you have billions of years. Time is the enemy. For organic chemistry, time is the enemy.
That's correct. Time is the enemy. He's got that right. He's driving that point home, but he's in Narnia driving that point home. That's my problem.
Everything falls apart.
Now, I'm not an origin of life researcher, but I...
No way. Really? You didn't? Well, you had to tell everyone that in my audience. Yeah, they weren't sure.
I do know a little bit about this subject, and I...
A little bit? Like what?
Can tell you that, to my understanding,
it's to do with the origin of life. After that, I think she's probably lost.
are nowhere near clueless on the...
So what she knows about the origin of life is that whoever they are nowhere near clueless. That's what she knows about the origin of life.
What she probably does know or think, I hesitate to use the word know in case it's implied towards me. She thinks that different shaped and sized monkey skulls is a good clue towards the origin of life. And if she can look at them all in their different shapes and sizes, figure out when they were dug up, she can figure out the origin of life. I say that tongue in cheek, but that's genuinely a working principle that these people have.
Yeah, I can just hear QE smiling at the fact that you girded your loins when you were saying that.
Man, she is such a bugstick.
The origin of life.
What is an origin of life? Do you know what the origin of information is?
Uh-oh.
He's a bit like Batman. You think he's bad, and then he comes back, doesn't he, and kicks the shit out of these jokers.
Is he gonna plant his flag like I planted my flag with the with zooming in on the Earth from out there in the second law of thermodynamics violation? Is he gonna plant his flag like that?
No. Of course, it's going to be like a cat. It's going to go in with a little bit of an information claw. Just leave it there to bleed.
Just a little information claw. Just a little tick, tick. Right in the jugular. Tick. Yeah. Let him bleed out slowly.
Yeah.
Synthetic biologists cannot make a cell from scratch.
What if they could make a cell from scratch? Wouldn't that prove our point? Lee Cronin.
Whose Haynes's manual are they using to build this cell? Even if they could, whose blueprint are they using?
Yep. Yeah. And it destroys their entire... He's lost the plot, too. So you're saying that they've already made cells. See Dr. Craig Venter. But that destroys their religion because it took intelligent agency, whatever the degree that intelligence is. We're not speaking to that. Only intelligent agency to make the cell. That destroys their entire paradigm. They're completely clueless of that. That's the whole point. That's the whole divide. Nature or intelligent agency is responsible for us and the universe, however you define that as being here now. That's the entire question. When it boils down to it, that's the whole question. Their position is the glue sniffers' position, the ass clown chuckle monkeys. Their position is nature is responsible. Whereas our position is intelligent agency is responsible. Everyone get that. Don't lose the plot. I know it's rough out there. Get the Adderall drip out.
Because there's some contingent...
Is that medical advice? Is that wrong? Hello? Is anyone out there?
I'm not sure what you meant. Wait, give me a J.
Why you need a J?
Because I wasn't listening properly.
I'm sorry, and I wasn't either because Booger just said down with Big Brother.
Like him.
Down with Whitey. What I just said was you guys got to get your Adderall drip out in the audience. And I said, is that medical advice?
And absolutely, you got no response.
Yeah, I got no response.
Oh, okay, sorry, I got you. Disclaimer: we do not give any medical advice. Please seek the advice of your family practice.
Down with Big Brother. Down with Big Brother.
Booger, you're distracting me.
That's all we had, Adam. Too funny.
I was driving
information.
Sorry.
Thanks. We wanted to. What else are you doing today?
Well, I just letting you know that I didn't need an Adderall drip. I just letting you know. Just was driving.
It has something to do with potatoes, for sure.
I hope not. You're driving.
She just can't stop with these racial attacks.
And, well, you have to chime in because we're going to have to ask you if you know anything about, triglycerides. And there's a silence.
I don't.
Then there's a silence, but then you hear Brian come in. He goes, no, I don't know. Well, thanks.
Well, it's good to know if we let everyone know what you don't know.
I'll tell you what, Adam. I am on him like a duck on a June bug, and he just lets it slide, right, like water off a duck's back. No pun intended.
Yeah, don't bother me at all.
Do you see that, Adam?
I'm staying out of this.
Yeah, you would.
I've got a show to run.
Yeah.
Embodied outside the gene.
That was pretty darn good, man.
Because there's some contingent information embodied outside the genome in the...
Really? Lee Cronin, what is information? Is information matter or energy, Lee Cronin? Yeah? If it is, then how can naturalist worldview not implode? I mean, go down like the Hindenburg right there. How is that possible? As soon as you state information. Unbelievable.
Cell, and that is just incredible. So there's
that's all you got? It's just incredible, eh?
Lots of layers to...
Sorry.
Pause. You've got to go hunting.
What you hunting?
I'm asking you to go hunting for supernatural and natural.
Do I go?
Well, I'll summarize it because I'll do a very bad job. This is a crucial point. Where he's paying homage here, why? Why? What is information? Yeah? Is it natural? Is it supernatural? Where is this information? When I stick molecules together, what tells me I've got the right language, as the previous guy said? Yeah. What defines it being right? How do we? Who's ordained what will be right and what will just be gibberish or French, as we like to say?
Gibberish or French? What's the difference, right, Adam?
Well, if I don't speak French, may as well be gibberish, mightn't it?
You weren't going where I was leading you. What?
Because I'm not that racist.
The more important question is, when you put those two molecules together, can you point where the information is, Adam?
It's not. No, that's what I'm saying. It's not in. You can look at the majesty of how the molecules will fit and what the level of design from nothing that enables them to fit together and the rules that govern that. That in itself is mind-blowing as a chemist. Yeah? But then to try and say the way these fit together will have an encoded message, which means biological machines can be built inherently. Yeah, and that is mind-blowing for all of that information, right? To be there and process like that.
Beware.
That's what I'm getting to. To be there in the in these molecular machines.
No, is the information in there now?
No, in terms of what they're producing, this information, but what governs it? Where is it? And that's what I'll say. All of what I've just described is in the natural. The actual information that defines whether it's right or wrong sits where? Only in the supernatural, with the creator of it.
Yeah,
a bit like your ZX Spectrum. You know, you write the program. You know there's a creator of the program, and this is the encoding with these molecules. And I'll give you your spectrum for all you like, but you can't play Manic Miner unless somebody sits down and writes the code for that with the physical. But where does that exist? With the creator of the code.
Where's the information in the code?
So Clive Sinclair is God.
Put the code down. Where's the information at?
It's in the supernatural, mate. And that's where I have to say.
So, Adam, what you say?
No more can I know.
It's not it's what you have to say.
Science.
It's not in a location. When you're going on and on and on, you should say it's semiotic, QE.
Well, that's a nice word that I don't know, so I'll look that up, or you can tell me. I was going to say it's not within the purview of science and not within the realms of my investigation.
Look it up.
Any sentient being, you have to realise your own limitations, unless you want to, like, investigate ether and shit. You know,
semiotic. SEMIOTIC.
You can either look it up now or you can wait on DD. He'll probably, Divergent Droid will have it in the chat soon.
Perfect. Well, semiotic pertains to the process of signification where signs convey meanings within a specific. Okay, yeah. So molecular orientation, you would say, is semiotic. That's the message. That's the writing on the paper. Is that what you mean?
No. It's not physical. Non-physical, semiotic. Let's move on
to the scam.
So DNA, I do not hold, holds to a coding.
Oh, shh. I didn't even start.
Yeah, I just couldn't come in there. It doesn't have a coordinates. It can't have.
Yeah, that's what I said. Thanks.
You know what?
Good.
You know what I found out today, Brian? It was in one of these, like, not in university, with 60 symbols thing. But the coordinate system 00, even on a ball, right, is in the middle of just south of Ghana, and even though so they've put a buoy there. A boy.
Did you say it's just south of Guyana? Is that what you said?
Ghana, Alpha Ghana. Yeah. 0, 0. Coordinate system.
0, 0.
Ghana is close to the equator.
Yeah, well, that's why it's 0, 0. I'll send it you.
Thanks for that, Adam. Thanks for interrupting this whole discussion with your 0, 0 Ghana shit. You know what
happens when you keep looking in? It was a good thing because I was researching, like, in terms of coordinate translation. So these guys are, let's say, from Writing Union, and they're talking about coordinate translation from right ascension.
That doesn't mean that you continue on when I sarcastically pointed out.
I was just justifying that it's for Time Bandits 3.
It's for time. Oh God! I'm gonna mention that to Betty. I think
never gonna happen.
I am. When Betty, she's on vacation. Shout out to Betty. I'm gonna mention it to her next time because we haven't discussed that. Wait till I mention it to her. She is just gonna friggin' go off.
I meant Time Bandits 3 is never gonna happen.
Exactly.
When Betty comes back properly, we'll do Time Bandits 2. Me and Brian will cobble something together.
Really? When she comes back? Yeah, I got that one from your word.
Now, wait there. No, I want an extra cover. When she's been back for 3 consecutive weeks, on the 4th week, we'll do it.
Okay. All right.
Layers to the scam.
So DNA, I do not holds to a coding language, and I've
So DNA is not a code. That's what she has to resort to. Do 7 offsuit, you clueless clown. I used to get those idiots back in the day. This is like talking to an Evo-tard in 2007. That's what they used to tell me. I used to drag them around by their dumbass short hairs, just laughing at them, just all I did right now. Can you believe that? DNA is not a code, not a computer code. Yeah, is that what she said?
Well, I'm reading bullet point 2 because I read bullet point 1. I think, okay, bold claim, back it up. This is because code does not self-replicate. If you write a code to self-replicate, then what are you? And there is no natural selection acting upon it.
Hey! I'll tell you what, this fucking guy. All right. That's all right. I got him. Is that the good one? There's the good one.
You probably should take him off mute though, like because it's just he's muted to you now.
Oh, he is. I gotta release that.
Well, that's what the first mute you did was.
You're right. All right, now we're good. Unbelievable. He does that constantly. Where was I going with it? This is because Adam pointed out the second point. The first point is glue sniffer. We're going to destroy her. Well, I'll leave Dr. Craig Venter destroy her. And the king of information theory, destroy this numpty dipshit. Second grade retard. Let's take a look at the second one. This is because code does not self-replicate. What? What if the coder designed the code to self-replicate? That's not an argument. You're a fuckstick. And there is no natural selection acting upon it. There is no logical fallacy acting upon it, is what she just said.
Well, no logical fallacy for the presumed cause of a code, which she's now indicting as natural selection, is the reason. What? That is just it's again. You say it's nonsensical.
Yeah.
It's a statement. And strawberry jam is my favourite, you may as well say. What? Unless you're indicting natural selection of the cause of DNA.
Hold on a second.
I'm going to stop it because I'm trying to figure out bullshit, aren't I? It's... But additionally, and perhaps more importantly, the genetic composition of living things in rife. That says rife. Is rife with redundancy. Oh my God.
Can't keep this going. All right, I had to stop.
Well, no, I was just pondering the point, hence that. You get me? But additionally, and perhaps more importantly, the genetic composition of living things is rife with redundancy. Oh my God. Is she back in the 80s again with junk DNA?
No, she's a glue sniffer. Why wouldn't you put redundant systems? Why wouldn't you do that? To make sure the redundancy is outstanding in case some systems fail, you got redundancy. That's pretty, I don't know, that's pretty fucking smart. That's what we do. That's what humans do. We have redundancy. That's how we make sure shit works. Just like a plan, like any military plan, we had redundancy everywhere. Every fucking where. 6 ways from friggin' Christmas. That's what we do. Right? To make sure shit's working right. Yeah? Makes sense?
Well, let me take it to extreme. So are you saying that plastic eating bacteria, because somewhere in their genetic coding there was a point, if they hit rock bottom and they had to eat plastic, there was a genetic encoding that was already programmed in there, coded, you might say, with that level of redundancy?
This redundancy is not typically functional. Then it wouldn't be redundancy, you fucking clueless clown. You're an ass clown. You, right here. She's an ass clown. That is one of the most retarded statements I think I ever heard. Do I say that every time we come on here? Ladies and gentlemen, I hear a lot of retarded statements, and it seems like the next one is dumber than the last one. That is moronic statement.
It was typically functional. It would be a functional thing, not a redundancy. And there's not a wrong fail-safe that has been designed. And those does not, on the whole, represent... It's like saying, because I don't use my fire extinguisher every day, I didn't design it for...
Yeah.
Yes. And then in case my fire extinguisher breaks, I've got this other thing and this other thing. Because I've designed all these things, it kind of shows I've not designed it.
Adam.
Because I don't use them all the time.
Adam.
Is that what she's saying?
Yes. She is a retard. At a fundamental level. She's retarded. Let's just take the first statement because the rest is clearly fucking moronic. DNA does not follow a coding language and is thus not like a computer. Really? Alrighty then. Welcome to your train wreck. Where is it? Might take a couple minutes. Oh, we might be already there. Let's get this. I guess that wouldn't do it. From Professor Paul Davies, PhD physics. DNA is not a special life-giving molecule, but a genetic data bank that transmits its information. Where does that exist in your worldview, Gutsick goober? This little thing. Stop it. Stop it. This one right here. Where does that exist? Good luck with that. Using a mathematical code. Oh, shit. We got code. I don't know what is going on with my fucking mouse, but you're about to fucking piss me off right now. Now I gotta go back and find it. Son of a bitch.
Bad mouse.
What the fuck? Oh, there's Jack Showstack. Remember that? I just seen his name. There he is. Oh, this ought to be good. Don't worry, guys. I don't need any Adderall. I know where I'm going. There's the Jack Show. I said, call Jack Showstack and ask him. So, where was this? Let's just take part of the argument. Can you briefly state the rate-limiting step for both facilitated diffusion, substances are too big to pass through, conformational change, and active transport need energy against a concentration gradient? Then, pray tell, where on earth did you get the highly functional, specifically complex transmembrane and integral proteins, dumbasses? Just FYI, the majority of genomes on the planet, this was written long before. Hey, shut up.
I've got. You're not displaying this to YouTube.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
The thing is,
shut up, Adam. I was fucking talking.
I know, but you had me at active transport. You said.
Oh, you did. All right, so now you got me all screwed up. So, ladies and gentlemen, I said the majority of genomes on the planet. This part was written, all this stuff, in 2007, 2008. Okay, so please forgive me. Just FYI, the majority of genomes on the planet devote some 25% of their entire protein coding capacity to membrane proteins. It's somewhat important. Can just a pure lipid membrane, which would be nonpolar, have the ability to even passively uptake micronutrients, positive and negatively charged ions into the cell? Don't worry about it. How about even water? Call Jack Showstack. Remember that name popped up here? How ironic that I would run across him right here. Call Jack Showstack and ask him. And while you got him on the line, ask him where he got the first RNA from. Sugars, nucleobases, and activated phosphates. If you hear a click, just keep calling. I hope you have free long distance. That's back in the day, boy. That's old QE. That's a good trip down memory lane. Now, I'll bet you it's up in information. Probably up here. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you trying to say that even globetard QE wasn't a tard?
Exactly. Okay, I think we made it back. So back to Professor Paul Davies at, I think he might be currently at Arizona State. He works with the Origins Project. It's probably already over by now. He used to back in 2010. He says DNA is not a special life-giving molecule, but a genetic data bank that transmits its information using a mathematical code. You're debunked. It's still not working. Miles ain't working with these for some fucking reason. Most of the workings of the cell are best described not in terms of material stuff, hardware, but as information or software. Trying to make life by mixing chemicals in a test tube is like soldering switches and wires in an attempt to produce Windows 98. It won't work because it addresses the problem at the wrong conceptual level. Dr. Craig Venter, PhD geneticist, the geneticist of geneticists. Over the next 60 minutes, I explain how ultimately life ultimately consists of DNA-driven biological machines. All living cells run on DNA software code, which directs hundreds to thousands of protein robots. We have been digitizing life for decades, since we first figured out how to read the software of life by sequencing DNA. Now we can go in the other direction by starting with computerized digital code. Do you hear that? You ass clown. Gibbons. Designing a new life form, chemically synthesizing its DNA, and then booting it up to produce the actual organism. You're fucking toast. Actual toast. From H.P. Yawkey, the absolute kahuna, the biggest kahuna in the information world. There is nothing in the physiochemical world that would remotely resemble reactions being determined by a sequence of codes between sequences. Wonder what he's talking about. The existence of the genome, And the genetic code divides living organisms from non-living matter. He's telling you right now the genetic code is like computer code. Let's see if he goes even further. H.P. Yaki, King Grand Poobah of information theory. The genetic code performs a mapping between the sequences of 4 nucleotides in messenger RNA to the sequences of the 20 amino acids in protein. Those are alpha amino acids, by the way, but I digress. It is highly relevant to the origin of life. Oh, we're on topic. That the genetic code is constructed to confront and solve the problems of communication and recording by the same principles found both in genetic information systems and in modern computer and communication codes. Turn out the lights. Ask Clown Gibbons. The party's over. You're fucking toast. You're done. I love it. You want some more? Keep talking.
Well,
Good.
I'd say is that those modern computer codes are based on what? Code that was already set up. They work on the same principles. Yeah, you're just copying them in a bullshit way. But the way they work was already preordained and written for us, so that we can do computer stuff with silicon. Yeah, but those codes are still there. From where? I hear you ask.
Oh, she's saying it's not a code, Adam.
My fiance, who is a programmer, he
that dumbass ape is a programmer.
Kind of agrees with me on this. Of course, that's
citation. Oh, trigger happy. There was a little bit in the citations you give, which was beautiful, which is the DNA code.
Yeah,
something I've never heard on mainstream TV. What is her agenda? This is what happens when you've got no argument. You have
She's
to
a dumb
make
fuck.
shit up.
Yeah,
an attack with made up shit, because it's too difficult to actually deal with your argument being destroyed. So you resort to this. DNA's not a code. Not a code. It really isn't. Not a code.
I know you don't normally address the YouTube chat, but there's some guy in there, Kevin O'Leary. Oh my gosh. You should see some of the stuff he's written.
No, I'm doing a presentation.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's anecdotal, but upon a brief look on...
What's anecdotal? Hold on.
He kind of agrees with me on this. Of course, that's anecdotal, but...
Your dumbass husband agrees with you upon this, but this is anecdotal. Yeah, it is anecdotal. He's a computer programmer, right?
Upon a brief look on Google, you'll find that very few...
Oh, because it's Googleable. Is that what you're saying?
Individuals sort of equate them as a one-on-one correlation.
So, a one-on-one correlate. Oh, he's got rebuttals. Go ahead, Adam.
Again, standards. What idiot would ever take a brief look on Google? Like I say, I can take a brief look on Google and say that the moon is made of cheese by a brief look at Google.
Just a brief one.
Yeah.
All right, let's let her finish. Let's let her finish. Hold on, Adam.
Yeah, but this is her rebuttal. You can take a brief look on Google. You can see the whole body of science proves the Earth's a ball. It's the same.
Yeah.
Uneducated, uninformed, unsupported by any substance. People trying to make an argument when they haven't got one.
Well, the dumbass cow just appealed to her dumbass ape husband. That's her proof. Let's see. He's got to have something. James has something in the hopper here, right? That's going to answer our shit. He's got to have it, right? Like I just did. I bet you mine has more cowbell, though.
I want to give her a bit of credit. Unlike a lot of the ball-tards, she's at least put it nice together on a spreadsheet, on a slideshow.
Oh, on a slide so we can destroy it there. Yes, that was very nice of her.
Very few individuals.
Finish. You can see her faulty logic. She's kindly outlined what a retard she is with 4 bullet points.
Yep. Yes, you're right.
That's actually very generous. Thank you.
That's very generous. So thank you.
She's,
sort of equate them.
Oh my God.
Well, I tried to get in before you press play, right? By her stating that DNA is not a code, it's the same thing as people on the ball side claiming we're not measuring the Earth when we're measuring the elevation of a celestial body above the Earth. Same thing. Just have to deny the very thing that's a destructor for that person. They have to deny them.
You good?
Understand?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm finished.
All right.
Upon a brief look on Google, you'll find that very few individuals sort of equate them as a 1-1.
Very, very, very few individuals. Just Dr. Craig Venter, the geneticist of geneticists, and the King Grand Poobah of information theory. Just nobody's.
Correlation.
There is no problem in saying that DNA would be a code in just the same kind of way.
James Dorr brings us out. Nicely done. Let's go.
There is no problem in saying that DNA would be a code in just the same kind of way as a computer code.
That's computer code. He just destroyed her. It's her own priest just destroyed her.
You see the analogies here? Yeah? It's bullshitters going to people with actual proof, yeah? And just like we can pull up Neil deGrasse Tyson and say that stuff is flat, this guy can pull up Dawkins to show what she's an anti-creationist, isn't she? She's not even an evolutionist, yeah?
Yes, you got it. I was just thinking that, Adam. She's the part of the left-wing fuckwit faction that just makes shit up. But on the Evotard side.
Me. Superchat.
Super fuckwit.
So, what is the world sent? I love the input from Brian and Adam more. Oh, goodness.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. You know what you are? You're an enabler.
I am. Self-enablement.
Self-enablement. That's exactly it. It's a double-edged sword.
You lot are lazy.
I like the way I like the cut of his jib in this. He brings Richard Dawkins on to directly train Wrecker Dumbass.
He is good, isn't he? He's constructed a nice video log, which is, like I say, and this is the ultimate in aggressive witnesses, yeah?
Yeah.
And he's just absolutely trolling you.
Yeah. It's really good. Wonder if he's got any more.
Let's give it a J.
You want a full J?
I think we've given enough plaudits for a J.
Let's go back to Let's go back to the beginning. I'll just run it through. How about that? Without any interruptions. How about that?
I'm
good?
shutting up. I'm shutting up.
All right.
Just incredible. So there's lots of layers to the scam.
So DNA, I do not holds to a coding language, and I've asked my fiance, who is a programmer. He kind of agrees with me on this. Of course, that's anecdotal, but upon a brief look on Google, you'll find that very few individuals sort of equate them as a 1-1 correlation.
There is no problem in saying that DNA would be a code in just the same kind of way as a computer code. It's certainly.
That was fucking so good. Yeah, Dr. James Tour +1
is a code.
I Googled just now, just for fun, is DNA like a computer code? And the very first thing that comes up is DNA.
From where? The very first thing from where? It comes up.
Google.
The Googleable.
Googleable. Oh, okay.
Is not like a computer program.
The DNA, of course, encodes all of the biological functions.
Now we got Bill Gates on there. Oh, shit.
The humanitarian himself.
Yeah.
Man, you know you're going to get truth from.
He said DNA is more advanced than any software ever created. Bill Gates.
But it's not Cody in any way.
But it's not Cody? It's not Cody. You know, software's code, you glue sniffing fungus muncher. You friggin' ass clowns. You chuckling monkey dumbasses.
You can read it as a code. You could even transcribe. I think I put this in River Out of Eden. You could even transcribe a book into DNA letters, and you could read
DNA letters.
Right, pause there, because that's important. So it's a language then. Yeah? Like I say, I couldn't understand French. Yeah? If DNA was written in French, I couldn't understand it. My cells would fail, wouldn't they? They don't understand. Yeah?
Yep. You'd vapor lock.
Who's encoded who set the language? Who decided that the God-given language that DNA would speak in is English?
She's an anti-evotard.
I'm not worried about her. It's these retards, these high priests demonstrating a creator here is what's beautiful. Yeah. His own words.
Did you forget about Gutsick Gibbon? This is in response to, by the way.
Read it out again. You could preserve it in DNA. That's how code-like it is. It really.
From MIT Technology, an entire book written in DNA. Oh my God! From 2012, no less.
It is completely code-like code.
Researchers at Harvard encode information in DNA at a density on par with any other experimental storage method. You're fucking done. We're just piling on laughing at your dumb ass now. Way to go. Dr. James Torr. I'm starting to like the cut of his jib in this aspect.
Very clever.
Yeah.
Give it a J.
Why do I want to give it a fucking J?
The most code-like code. Did I just hear that? Yeah?
Is that
Dawkins giving you detail.
Is that what he said?
Giving you detail.
It's the most code-like code. Is that what he said?
That's what he says at the end. I'm sure he said most code-like code. It means it's really coding.
It's Cody.
You can read it as a code. You could even transcribe. I think I put this in River Out of Eden. You could even transcribe a book into DNA letters, and you could read it out again. You could preserve it in DNA. That's how code-like it is. It really is completely code-like code.
I've yet.
A code-like code. You don't get more codey than that.
That redundancy?
Sounds like Gutsick.
Non-cody codes, code-like codes, yeah? But this is a coded code.
I'm going to take my Cody code.
Spelled.
OMG. I even like his jib even more.
Yet to see anybody in sort of not even in the bioinformatics realm as of late.
As of late, in the bioinformatics realm, as of late. Like, you can speak to it. You ass clown. Your tail's already smoked, love.
Like past 3 years, refer equatably to
stuttering full
DNA and sort of a computer code or
a computer code. She's still on it. What a dumbass.
Specifically an organelle and nanotechnology. I think it's an original take.
This is a molecular machine.
What?
This is chatting shit. We're not talking about how would a code compare to an organelle. That's like Witzit throwing in big words to misdirect for your incomplete sentence formation, or demonstrating your lack of knowledge. If you think an organelle
is code,
I don't get it. It's
non sequitur. It's non sequitur. You said it. You said it correctly. She's just mashing words together that sound sciencey. That is absolute. Anyone with even just a freshman level in high school biology understanding would laugh their asses off at her. It's stupid. What she just said was stupid. You caught her, Adam. Yep.
nanotechnology. I think it's an original take.
This is a molecular machine that walks around in your cells. Right now it's called a kinesin and transports things. So for example,
I educated my daughter back in the day when she was like 8 or 9 years old on kinesin. And in the context of a creator or not, she goes, yep, that's it. Walked away. She was already convinced. She was already convinced.
Yeah. Remember when we did the Stein video, No Education Allowed?
Yes.
Where, you know, properly educated people back in the 90s were being kicked out because they were saying that there has to be a creator. It was these images that, you know, put it into context what inside of a cell is. And that's when you realize, wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's when you so pre-flat Earth, that realization that, oh my God, I left Sunday school, thought it was bollocks. Oh God, there is a creator, because this is somebody, you know what I mean? Somebody that you've then been educated in, you know, like pharmacy. So I'm not a geneticist, but when you see it put together like that, it is the proper wake-up call of what you're denying. Look at it. Look at that. That's just in one of your little blobby cells.
Oh, there's thousands of molecular machines, man.
But look at it. It looks like 2001: A Space Odyssey, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's just roads that happen to arrange themselves, right, to transport substances to just happen randomly.
Yeah, that checks out.
It's like it's like I-70. It just randomly from the emergent properties of the United States, the greatest country in America. I-70 just randomly constructed from emergent properties and just right across east to west, the United States.
Is that left to right?
Nicely done, Neil.
But you've got to realise, though, stop, because that's fine. But you've got to realise that every other single road in existence in America, the greatest country in America, that is in existence today, would also have to be constructed at the same time for all of it to work. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It dies. Fail. Yeah? Every other road, even that one to your nana's house, that crappy dirt road, has to be there.
What about the bridges?
No, well, yes, bridges, railroads.
It would
just bloke that fills up the water tank, the little drain, and go and stop and make that. Yeah, all of it, every single bit of it. The dog that you can hear barking to warn the man that the water's low.
You just said the dog barking because I can hear the dog. The dog's barking at your dumb ass right now.
She's saying, Dad,
Are you saying all roads lead to a creator?
Yes. I am.
If I could be permitted to point out something. You know the way this lady
no.
Well, I'm going to say it anyway. I'm being polite, but I'm going to say it anyway. So, this lady said the DNA is not cold. But the real question is, and this might seem redundant to ask her, but this would be where I would ask her. I wouldn't even ask her, or I wouldn't even go into the code thing, although it seems redundant to ask her this when she's after saying what she said, would be, are you claiming DNA is not information? Because that's all that matters. If she accepts that DNA is information.
It's all over again.
What she just said was contradicted then.
Yes. Yeah, Dr. James Dorr, I think he's gonna pile on here.
Things want to move around your cells. They don't just float around randomly. They actually actively moved around with little machines, little robots, nanobots that power your cells.
I bet if we sat down, the two of us, and we decided to Skype with a bioinformatics or biochem guy, and we were like, hey, do you think it's fair to equate an organelle to a nanobot? They would be like, no.
The
Oh God, he's got them from Caltech. Watch out, here it goes.
Machines is what I've called them, but they're really the molecular machines that underlie cellular life, that allow our cells in our body, all 47 trillion of them, to function and carry out the day-to-day activities that support human life.
Or how about the assembly?
It's a proper friggin' ass ripping. You're done. Yeah. How can she show her face anywhere? Adam? Oh, Adam, how can she show her face anywhere after that ripping that Dr. James Tour just put on her?
Well, globetards, they have no integrity.
Yeah. You have no honor. You're a no-talent ass clown. You talk out of your ass and you're missing your upper lip. You're finished. You're compromised. He just did it. He did it all by. He just used the words to come out of your blowhole to destroy you. You're done.
If you had all the components, could you put these things together? What is it about origin of life? Maybe you could tell us.
I also heard you mention the chirality problem, which is kind of an older creationist talking point. The chirality problem.
Chirality problem, and you're a creationist, by the way. Yeah, chirality is a big fucking problem in biology. Adam can speak to it.
Problem is not a legitimate problem.
And it's a massive problem. So essentially...
And it's a massive problem. Homochirality.
The homochirality problem is right at the center for us to understand the origins of life.
She's done. She's just making shit up. Does she even know what chirality is? No. She's fucking clueless. Remember, I destroyed her and this dude. Back in, it was a couple years ago, I think. See my treatment. Go to my playlist. Go to treatments, and you'll see these two bozos on one of the thumbnails. Just listen to that.
Oh, Dillahunty got his butt hurt in what you would call a debate with Andrew Wilson. It was hilarious because he rage quit.
He would.
Into the chirality problem, and I don't remember finding it compelling then.
The chirality problem has
He doesn't find the chirality problem compelling.
been dealt with for quite some time.
Like, it was recognized as one of the biggest questions in science.
In science, did you see that? Let me try to stop it.
For quite some time.
Like, it was
it's the chirality problem. Homochirality. It's in science as a problem.
Recognized as one of the biggest questions in science.
The biggest questions in your toast, love.
In fact, one of the biggest 125 questions in addition to origins of life.
No, I'm serious. This is in the literature. The chirality problem.
This is in the literature. Really? Show.
Now, abiogenesis has problems for sure.
Oh, does it?
Chirality is not one of them.
And it's a massive problem.
Let me say that.
Just contradicting her dumbass with every step. Nicely done, sir. Kudos. Did I give you +1 already? I think I did.
Isn't it? This is a bit like one of your treatments, dude.
Yeah, it is. He gave her a treatment. Yes, he did. Exactly.
It's proper good.
Has he been watching my videos?
He's maybe thought, I'm going to step my game up. I'm going to put in my dentures.
I'm going to put in my dentures and step my game up.
Well, he's proven he can do it when he needs to. He can't make the right decision at all.
It's other people's words that this has got some teeth. It's a bit like the citation we use. Sometimes, yeah. And this is because she's hiding behind Google searching and what other people say. So he's giving it her. Mm-hmm. And it's destroying her. I think it's...
Oh, she's destroyed. She's destroyed. She's been destroyed for years, but he just did it proper for... How many people watch this? 33,000 people know that you're a fucking fraud.
Yep.
That I did learn things.
Stop. What
well,
now? Monkey skulls?
That's apparent. But what's annoying is that what is not clear is that in his information that he's pointing out that there is a creator, okay, in all of this destruction. The end part of the sentence, or the final consequence of having destroyed her, is to say, well, therefore what? And that's not clear to the audience to me. He's destroying her very well, but he's not getting over the main important bit.
He's not put the dagger in. Why? Why, Adam? Because they've all lost the plot.
No, because there's an upcoming collegiate tour and a book to come out and other things. Not everybody's there to actually necessarily bring it to a head. Their ultimate goal is...
That's where we come in.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's okay to be an enabler.
No, I didn't say it was okay, but it's to recognise he's not ill-informed. Look, when he's got pissed off, he's a bit like Bruce Banner, isn't he?
Yeah, but we want the dagger stuck in and twisted. So
that's what understand. It's
That's why we love QE.
There's many reasons to love QE.
He's a peach.
He's a peach.
You're missing the point.
We're not missing the point. Now we're on the reasons to love QE. Shut the hell up.
He needs to allow them to have room to have a correct respawn. Because this lady, just like Dave Farina, is going to have a respawn after she's been shown to be completely wrong here. She's going to come out with another video within the next couple of months, attacking James Thor or someone similar, saying the same rubbish or similar.
Yep.
She's not going to learn from this. She's not going to have any integrity. She's not going to go, you know, I was wrong about that. She's not going to do that. Anyone who does that, to me, comes across as somebody who's being paid to do this.
Oh, no. We're not going there, Brian. No.
Oh, goodness.
I can go there.
You can go there. You go on Nathan's show and you tell him that.
Yeah, hang on. Flatsy wanted to attack me there. Go on, Flatsy. You're going to attack me there.
I didn't attack you. Don't be sensitive, potato tree climber.
I just pointed out that.
You already pointed it out, and then we're going to move on.
By watching your video, I learned things about watching Erica's video, in particular things
like what
that she said, and more.
That she said. What did you learn? No, we're going to need something specific. What did you learn from what she said? Name one. You're just being nice, Opie. That's all you're being here, this horseshit.
From the other biologist was who.
The other biologist? You mean Dr. Dan Dumbfuck? What did you learn from him? Name one. Shut up. Name one. You can't. You're just making shit up.
Was on the channel. I learned nothing from the YouTuber. He had.
Well, you're not going to learn anything from fucking Cream of Wheat. He's an abject moron.
Nothing substantive to contribute. I don't even know why he was brought on as a so-called.
He's an ass clown. They brought him on as an ass clown. They need ass clowns.
Expert on this.
And we're going to have on some serious guests.
If
some serious guests, and they bring Cream of Wheat, Mr. Stars.
Dave Farina.
No, that's Cream of Wheat.
Heavy hit.
He's a heavy hitter. That's right.
If you really had a conversation with him one-on-one, you'd see how little he knows. But you brought him on as an expert.
He knows his shit, really, doesn't he? Look, you have a conversation with Cream of Wheat, you'll see how little he knows. That is a very succinct, correct summary.
Yep.
I just don't understand that. The other biologist clearly knew what he was talking about.
Really, he did. Well, we can't wait to listen to what he says, so maybe we'll get there.
And I learned from him.
What did you learn? Anything specific?
And so that was helpful to me because
I guess we're not going to hear it. It was helpful to him. We're just not going to hear what was helpful.
As I said, I'm not an expert in these areas, so it was really quite helpful.
What areas?
As far as Erica goes, she feels that we are not clueless on origin of life. I invite her onto my channel, and she can tell me about where her confidence comes from.
But we have a myriad of very interesting hypotheses with.
Here we go. Do you? Myriad of interesting hypotheses. What's a scientific hypothesis? Bet you she can't answer it.
It's just hilarious. Isn't it?
It's hilarious, isn't it? Yeah.
What's a non-interesting hypothesis?
All you could do is chuckle out there at that. Yeah. I've got a myriad of interesting hypotheses.
With a boatload of experimental data to support.
Oh, boatload, Adam. A damn boatload.
And yet what she's going to do, she's going to have to somehow get that boatload off onto the dock, and then she's going to marry up these experiments with some of the hypotheses, maybe, see if they match.
Wow.
Support one or the other. Or
it'll support one or the other what?
One of the boatload of experiments, along with their myriad of hypotheses.
They're going to support the boat? Or they're going to support... Who's making the background fucking noise?
Neil Constantine.
No, that was Adam. I'm going to rat him out.
I'll explain what you have to do, Neil. You get your boatload of experiments, yeah? You bring your hypotheses down, you gather them all together, you throw them up in the fucking air, and you see how it lands.
Or combinations of them, and...
Combinations of what?
We're moving forward each and every year.
If she wants,
and now we're moving forward each and every year. What the fuck does that mean? What happened to the boat?
It capsized.
They put too many experiments on. That's the trouble.
It capsized. It was too full. Uneven.
The experiments arc. Is that what you're saying, Adam?
Wants to have me on her channel to discuss the origin of life because she said she says that we're not clueless, and then she can explain to me what parts of the origin of life she feels that we're not clueless.
Oh, there's Rob. We forgot all about Rob, didn't we? He's gonna pop up.
So I would be glad to engage with her on that because she was the one who made those comments concerning the origin of life. If you do not believe in the physical resurrection of Jesus Christ, send me an email, tour@drjamestour.org, and we will get together. And I.
There you go, Adam and Brian, you heathens. Go ahead and do it.
I will share with you.
It's just a second.
Hey, I'm not having that. No. Ask me that question.
Believe in the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
The physical resurrection of Jesus Christ, yes?
Thou shalt be saved.
Wow. I'm impressed, Adam.
Brian.
You know it's the way they should. Yes, Kiwi.
Do you want me to ask you that same question?
It's up to you, but you won't get the same answer as the guy.
I know I won't. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm a true heathen.
I know that. I know that. Adam's a pretender clown. Adam's a pretender clown heathen.
I'm just more informed than the fucking pair of you.
I'm not. I don't hold any beliefs concerning Jesus Christ. I just want to say that Dr. James Tour there, the shading or whatever on the side of his sides of his jaws, he looks like he's turned into a werewolf.
Would you shut the fuck?
I embrace the resurrection of Jesus. So, Rob, your background.
Hey, Rob.
I know that you have a degree in medical technology.
Whoa, now we're going to grease the skids with his degree, PhD, in biomedical engineering? Is that what we're going to do now? Don't do it, Dr. Tor, because I'm going to tear his ass up. Because that's my kind of party. Don't do it.
His actual title in industry.
You just did it. All right. Get ready. You better gird your loins, Dr. Rob Stadler.
Is called Senior Distinguished Scientist. And
a Senior Distinguished Scientist that's a biomedical engineer, when engineering is not science.
Bloody good chap, that means.
We have to, I guess we need citation with that, don't we? So you think I'm just making that up? All righty then. From. Can I get rid of the background noise, please?
Later. Can you mute, dude?
I've done it for him. From Henry Petrosky, Professor of Engineering and History at Duke University. Title of the paper: Engineering is not science, and confusing the two keeps us from solving the problems of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Rob Stadler keeps us from solving the problems of the world. From Boston University, College of Engineering. Title of the paper: Engineering is not science. You need anything more? Didn't think so.
And these types of titles are used in industry for the...
These types of titles are used in industry. These types of titles you're using in industry to grease the skids for your non-science support for your position. You're going to screw the pooch now with him. That's what you're doing, Dr. James Torr. Sorry, I'm an equal opportunity ass whooper. You come out here with your title, because that's my kind of party, and you pretend you're something that you're not, you will feel the wrath of fucking Khan. It'd be better a millstone be wrapped around your neck, thrown into the abyss. Look out.
The most senior scientists that they have.
He's not a fucking scientist. He's an engineer. It's in his title.
In their companies. He has a PhD in medical engineering and medical.
I think I may stop right here, because I'm starting to feel it. How long have we been going? 3 hours and 30 minutes. We're going to wrap this up for today.
Sounds like you were just getting warmed up.
Yeah,
it was only time to get going down.
I thought we were, but
I'm going to take it back. Yeah, we're gonna be done.
.org, and we will get together, and I will share with you about why I embrace the resurrection of Jesus. So, Rob.
There we go. I got it.
It will go by us, and then it super chat, and then it will go.
we interrupted him. He's trying to talk about lightning striking.
That wasn't contrived. Just say super chat. Okay, super chat. Let me get on to the next part of my life.
The reason why the lightning is striking super chat.
So, what is the world? Does QE always overtalk the host? QE is the host.
Good one.
Who's wise ass?
Yeah, I was trying to run a show here.
What's his name again? He made a lot of good ones here today. What's the name of that again?
What is the world?
What is the world? Kudos to you, sir. Touche.
It has a question mark after what, so that's why I keep saying it that way.
I got you. Very well done, sir.
There comes a point where the subterfuge can continue no more. And What is the World is the channel that I've had for ages, where I put some of my couple of videos up on. It was me all along. just playing.
Yeah, nicely done, sir. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. 1 second.
Is that your channel, Adam?
It was me messing about.
Put that down. Okay, let's go back.
You should have attacked Flats.
We shouldn't attack
I
Flatsy.
nearly did. I considered it, but I ended up typing, I love the input from Brian and Adam more. I thought it was sufficient for it to read it.
All right, yeah. What in the world does QE? That's very funny. Very funny. What is? Did you guys pay him to do this?
It's me.
It's me.
Adam. He literally is Adam. Adam is that's Adam's account.
Is that one of your sock accounts, Adam?
Yeah, you know when I've done those couple of videos, I started doing a couple of. I think I did with Chocolate's music, so I just put it on there. So I put a new account. So
that is just deplorable.
Well, he is a deviant.
And hey, like you, Missy, nothing at the end of 4 shows. Miss QE's got like $15 out of it. Mrs. QE's well uppy, isn't she?
I don't think she'd be all that happy, but I'll make her happy later.
Oh man, that.
Well, that sounded bad.
Well,
yeah, I didn't think it was. I didn't think I should comment on that.
It just came out wrong, man.
That's about a personal something.
It's too funny.
I just deferred to the creator, Brian, if you heard me.
Well, I'll just set this no comment right here.
Yeah, no comment.
Listen, baby oil, Speedy.
Hey, that's not. You just stow that shit, Neil.
So,
okay, flat
now what are we
down.
going to do?
All right, so
it's in my closet for when it's needed. That baby.
Yeah,
oil,
yeah. We already discussed that, Neil. You're having a little problem. I think you got the Nathan Oakley disease.
Yeah, you
I
got
wasn't
to
here when we
touch
had this. Wait, what conversation? Because I wasn't there.
Oh, we're gonna tell you right after Adam takes us home. You stay right here, and I'm gonna tell you.
10-4.
All right, Adam, take us home.
That means I've got to take us home. I like it. Well, I'm enjoying this because, you know, I thought I was going to be disappointed because our critique before was that he didn't get a rebuttal in. I think he's very witty in his retort. As QE would say, I like the cut of your jib, sir. And if you're going to get your message over in this arena, he's doing it very well, and he is demonstrating that these guys are fundamentally retarded, denying the topics. And this is the thing that they admit they're not specialists in, but then want to attack specialists on. I look forward to the rest, especially when we get to cream of wheat. So I assume, because no ballbusters this Saturday.
Correct.
It's a hunting season.
It's hunting season.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday is the next show. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate that. Yep, next Tuesday, no Ballbuster Saturday, folks. I got to shoot. And then next Tuesday, we'll restart it right from where we left off. We'll go to the end. Okay? Appreciate you coming. QE out.
All of your gullible idiot followers should be realizing right now that you are an idiot or you are a liar. You said you would get turned away at gunpoint. I did not get turned away at gunpoint. You lied, Nathan.
The sun is shining, he's alone, raging into his iPhone, screaming at the top of his lungs as a 24-hour sun. Oh, how we laughed in this fat land at such a comical sight. To see the tune, the globe-head goose spewing out his shite. Shouting! piss. The ice wind's blowing, here he goes, pacing like a lunatic. Upside down on a spinning globe, but the best is yet to come. Oh, how we laughed in this flat land at such a comical sight. To see me tune the glove head goon spewing out his size. Swinging! Where's the gun sleeping? You promised that I'd see. I'm all alone here raging. Everyone laughs at me. Oh, where's the gun sleeping? And listen up, secret place. I've not came all this distance for you to take the piss. The sun is shining, he's alone, reaching into his iPhone, screaming at the top of his lungs as a 24-hour sun. Oh, how we laughed in this flat land at such a comical sight. To see me tune the glove head goon spewing out his shite. Where's the gun sleeping? You promised that I'd see. I'm all alone here raging. Everyone laughs at me. Oh, where's the gun sleeping? And listen up, secret place. I've not came all this distance for you to take the piss. Oh, where's the gun sleeping? And listen up, secret place. I've not came all this distance for you to take the piss. Oh, where's the gun sleeping? And listen up, secret place. I've not came all this distance for you to take the piss. Where's the gun sleeping? You promised that I'd see. I'm all alone here raging. Everyone laughs at me. Oh, where's the gun sleeping? And listen up, secret place. I've not came all this distance just for you to take the piss.
I talked to you about Antarctica. You deflected the measurements. You are a dumb liar. Every single one of your dumb followers needs to look at their lives and realize Nathan Oakley is a liar. Since 2016, he's been saying if you go to Antarctica, you will be faced with gunpoint and turned away. Where's the guns, Nathan? Where's the guns? I don't see any guns, Nathan!